I'm still waking up. I will say that before I met you, I was, I just was kind of stagnant, if you will. But then that accident happened, and BB's asking to come up.
I thought she was being funny, actually, because you know she's getting ready.
Well, she said pick me. Maybe she is being funny. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just didn't want to overlook her.
That's okay.
Yeah, so before I met you, I was just kind of stagnant. But since I've met you, things have started shifting. So I'm making headway. Over to BB.
Go ahead, BB. BB, hold up. Because you know, BB needs a little extra introduction. Hold on a second. So now here we are with Stuff to Structure, but we have the infamous BB in the house.
It's too early for the shenanigans. No. I am getting ready. I have half face foundation right now, but in all transparency, I have not made all the effort. Like you're asking, have you made the effort and have not seen the results? And I have not seen results in any of the areas that I'm interested because I haven't made my full effort. And that's the issue. Why aren't I making the full effort? What is holding me back? And why do I keep jumping from one thing to the other, making it seem as though it's that when it's me? I'm the common denominator in all of it, you know? I just don't pull my full effort. And with that, no judgment, friends. Bye.
No judgment at all. You're absolutely right. So, and I love the fact that she came out here and said that out loud, because that's the quiet part that a lot of us may be holding on to. Not just her, but Kate too. Okay? Or Kay. A lot of us are holding on to that quiet part, but once you say it, you release it, you hear yourself say it, other people hear you say it, and being that this is a safe space for that, we're going to go ahead and to cultivate that. As long as you keep showing up, we're going to do the things that we can collectively to cultivate those thoughts, right? To cultivate that movement. And for some people, it's not going to happen like this. A lot of times it's not. If you're getting these fast results like this, trust me, you're gonna double back, okay? Because when you get it like this, right, you're gonna miss something along the way, which you might have been missing all along because you were trying to get at the bag that people say. You're trying to get at the goal. You're trying to get this thing done so fast, that you can move on to the 50 other things that you're not doing well because you're trying to do too much, if that makes sense. Okay? All right. So no matter where it is that you guys are, okay, I just want you to know this. Real growth comes with a cost. Okay? A common misperception is that people think that growth should feel smooth, not bumpy. It's like smooth
Real growth
sailing.
comes with a
They think it
cost.
should be fast. They think it should be encouraging. But real growth is something that causes you to be uncomfortable. Okay? Anybody uncomfortable with bringing something from the shadows to the front? If you are, type a 1 in the chat. Notice I'm not asking you what it is. I'm just asking you, are you uncomfortable? Are you uncomfortable with saying the quiet things out loud? Whatever they are, whether it's, child, whether it's trauma, no matter what time it was in your life, have you been uncomfortable with that? Are you uncomfortable with moving the needle? Are you uncomfortable with saying, I don't have all the answers? Oh, come on now. I'm talking to somebody. Somebody's finna get something today. I don't know what it is, but oh my gosh. I gotta take a second. Seriously, I gotta take a second. Oh my gosh. Somebody, all of us in some way, I'm gonna say it like this. All of us in some way can be uncomfortable with saying some of the things out loud that you want but you don't have, that you need but you don't have. Some of us are very uncomfortable with that. Some of us are very uncomfortable with that. But wherever it is that is hitting with you, I just want you to know that there is a lot more benefit to saying that quiet part out loud than it is to hold it in. Whether that means that you're taking a pillow. Hold on, we're gonna do this today. We're finna do this today. Hold on 1 second. We're finna do this today. Oh, we're gonna do this today. Somebody does really need to do this. This is a little cutesy thing. This is the only thing that I had in here. But this is a pillow. Somebody needs to take that pillow and let it out. Somebody needs to just scream and oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Somebody needs to let whatever it is that pain is that you're holding on to. Somebody needs to just scream it from the mountaintops. Somebody needs to not be worried about what your brother, your sister is going to say. Somebody needs to not worry about holding the secrets of your past. Somebody needs to not worry about it. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God. Somebody needs to not do that today. Today is the day that you got to let it go. Whatever that disconnect is that you have with somebody or something, you've got to let it go. You've got to let it go because it's causing a lot of pain in your life. It's holding you back from the greatness that God intended for you. You got to let it go today. I don't care if you get out of your car and you stand in that parking lot. You're standing in that parking lot and the light is shining on you. You gotta let it go and come into the fold, come back to this room. There's something today, this week. There's something today, this week that is meant for you. I don't know what it is. It could be in this room. It could be in Digital Diva's room. Something she's gonna talk about. If you're not getting it here, you got to go in there tonight. I don't know what she intends to talk about tonight. I don't know what she intends to do tonight. But I promise you, there's something between here and there that somebody needs to hear. Scream, let it out loud. Shut the door on whomever the people are that are blocking you, that are giving you hell on wheels. Shut the door on it. Shut it down effective immediately. Shut it down and be okay with that. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to take one step at a time. There's no doubt about it. But the weight that person, the hold that person has over you, is so heavy and it's not fruitful. It's not fruitful. So you've got to let it go. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Oh gosh, I don't know what it is, but one of y'all needed to hear that, and it might be more than one, but one of y'all needed to hear that. If by the end of this hour, in 21 minutes, you didn't hear something that resonated for you, it wasn't this live you were to hear it in. But I can tell you whose it was. Something about, is Digital Diva in the room? What is the topic that you're going to be talking about tonight? What are you going to be doing? Are you battling? Are you coaching? Are you what is it that you're doing tonight, or what is it that you would normally do if you were on the other battle rhythm of the whole wellness and growth type situations that she talks about? She may not be in the room, but something, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna move on. I've said what I've needed to say. I've been obedient to whatever that was coming to me, and why it was coming to me, I don't know yet, but it will definitely show itself. Okay, all right, we're gonna move on. Misconception. People think growth should be smooth, it should be encouraging, and it should be quick. But real growth is going to make us uncomfortable because it requires some things from us. Okay, let me ask you a question because I need a little bit of a break. What does that uncomfortableness look like to you? So when we are thinking about what real growth should feel like, we know that some people want it to be smooth, they want it to be fast, and they want it to be encouraging. But we know that growth is something that can be uncomfortable. Why is that? What is it about growth that becomes uncomfortable? What is it about growth that becomes uncomfortable? Mm. Mm. It was probably me. I never know. I never know. I never know. I don't pry into y'all business like that. I share conversations with you and this, that, and the other here on the live, and sometimes in emails and chats and stuff like that. But okay. Okay. All right. So what is it about growth that makes you uncomfortable? Sometimes it could be the lack of discipline. Okay, because when we think about it, some of the things that cause us not to get things done is the time that we're not giving to it, the clarity that we don't have in it, the fact that things sometimes require repetition. But we're doing so many things, you can't possibly do the one thing well because you're doing 50 different things at a time. Okay, it's busy work. It looks busy, but it's not the real quiet work that needs to be taking place in the background. Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Sometimes doing things that you don't feel like doing, that could be a part of the situation too. You really don't want to do it. Okay. Sometimes we can just add things to our plate because to the outside, when I'm moving around 50 ways, I'm cooking in the kitchen, I'm directing the kids, I'm coordinating something, I'm taking phone calls, that makes it look like I'm busy. But what am I really getting done? Is all that busyness detracting from me figuring out what my purpose is? Let me ask this. If you know what your purpose is right now, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you still haven't figured out what that is, I want you to put a 2 in the chat. What is your purpose? What do you know what God's purpose is, and are you walking in it? Put a 1 in the chat. If not, put a 2 in the chat. And sometimes for some of y'all need to hear this. You got to get comfortable with silence. 2, but learning. Okay. Miss D says she's walking in her purpose. I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't start figuring out my purpose. Well, let me ask you a question. How long ago was it, for those of you that know your purpose, how long ago was it that you started walking in it? Have you been walking in it all your life? Have you been walking in it for the last 10 years, a year? Okay. All right. So I'm 57. I did not start realizing and or accepting. Okay? I didn't start realizing and or accepting my purpose until probably about 6 years ago. 6 years ago. I don't know if that's why that is. Maybe I think for the longest time I was on a, how do I want to say, woe is me trip. Why I was asking the universe, why me? I did not know, think, understand that the reason why I went through some of the turmoil that I did, why it is that, excuse me, I had so many challenges in life, was because I was one of the warriors. I was one of the warriors that I feel like God chose to go through this so that other people could benefit from the experience of my life. Had it been anybody else, it was many things in my life, whether it was here in Garrison or if we were abroad in the sandbox. It was many things that could have not had me here, right now, to have this conversation, to be helping people to shift, to assisting them and helping them to see that they're not out there alone dangling. They're not doggone wandering in the darkness, by themselves. They're not on an island by themselves, that there are other people that experience the same things, maybe at different times, maybe to different degrees, whatever the case may be. But you're not alone, okay? We're not alone. We are not alone, no matter how much the darkness tries to overshadow us, no matter how many people and times they make us feel that way. We're not. We just need to get away from wherever it is that we are and the people around us that make us feel that way, because we talked about it yesterday. It's not you. Sometimes it's the people around you that are lacking and they secretly don't want you to be successful. Some people will do it in your face. They'll play in your face, okay? But you have the ability to get them up out of there, okay? Get them up out of there. Once you realize it, don't try to shift it. Don't try to fix them, because you're going to end up spending a lot of time, effort, and energy trying to do that, okay? That's not for you. Say what you got to say 1, 2, no more than 3 times, and keep it moving. Let that be the last of that energy. By the time you come to that 3rd time of having a conversation, by the time that you come to that 3rd time of trying to give them the blueprint, okay? By the time you try to come to the 3rd time of giving them the blueprint and they don't get it, you got to move on. You've dropped the seed. You've provided a drop or two of water. It's not for you. You got to go on and save your energy for the people who do want to listen, for the people who do want to move, for the people who do want to shake, for the people who do want to achieve, for the people who do want to accomplish, okay? You got to have that energy for them. And then you got to also save some for yourself, okay? Because you want to do things too. All right, I don't know. Some of y'all needed to hear that today. But we're going to go ahead and transition. Okay, we're going to go ahead and transition. Growth can be frustrating. It can be when your expectations don't match the process. When your expectations don't match the process, it becomes frustrating. Okay, so that's in that moment that you need to take a breath. That you need to come up, you need to come back to the drawing board. Break that piece of paper out. Write that thing down. Stop holding things in your head. Okay? Let it go. Put pen to paper. Pen, marker, crayon. I don't care. Put it to paper. Okay? Highlighter if you have to. Get a book. Get a book. Listen, my book of choice is anything that has to do with helping oneself. Okay? That's my book of choice. But whether it's in finances, some says finances. If your issue is with finance, get a book on finance and get out of your head. Because if you ain't went to school, you ain't done it all your life, your parents didn't tell you and show you, then guess what? You need something to help you. So get into the circle of your friends whose finances are where you want them to be. Don't wallow in the mud with people who are still trying to struggle to get there, because then you're just going to continue to repeat the cycle of being around the struggle. Okay? Get on board with a creator here that you begin to know, like, and trust. Go take a class, get a book. I got all kind of doggone self-help books when it comes to finances, when it comes to the psyche, when it comes, and I also read other books too. I love to read, y'all. But again, it's what you feed your brain with that's going to determine your outcomes too. All right? But nonetheless, get in a group of people like-minded. You don't have to do things in lockstep. Okay, you got the salt, somebody's got the pepper. Okay, put that stuff together and make it work. That's what we do. That's what we do. Some of us are in the same decade of life, right? Some of us have had the same occupation. Some of us are just equally aligned in other ways, equally yoked. But it takes those differences and cultivating those things and bringing to bear the fruit that you have to the table and putting it together that helps everybody. I'm a voracious reader and a writer. Yep. So I don't know, just to give y'all some additional frames of reference. I know that growing can be frustrating. We all know that. But the why is when your expectations don't match the process. So let's just be another layer of honest. Okay, let's be another layer of honest. There are times where I felt that I was doing enough. Okay, I was doing enough. But when I really sat back and looked at it, I wasn't doing what was required. I wasn't doing what was required, and that's the truth. Because it's easier to say, I'm trying. It's easier to say, I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to figure it out. Something just says, Carla, just say the quiet part, which is trying is not doing. It's not the same. I know that may hurt some of y'all, but I say it out of love. I really do. Trying is not doing. Trying is just going to keep you going like this, okay? Doing is what's going to pierce the veil of what's holding you back. It's easier to say I'm trying than to ask the question, am I doing what it takes? Am I doing what is actually required to get this thing done? Y'all quiet this morning. I know, and it's okay. I'm gonna keep going. I know that this is hitting some buttons, I think, this morning more so than ever. And that's okay. Sometimes we need to shake up that pain point a little bit more. Okay? We need to shake up that pain point a little bit more, right? So here's another real life example. Think about something in your life right now, whether it's a goal, a skill, or something that you want to improve. I'm still waking up on my second cup of coffee. Please. Okay. So think about something in your life right now, whether it was a goal, a skill, or just something that you want to improve upon. Get that in your mind. Now ask yourself the question, am I paying the full cost? The full cost, not $1.99 on something that's $3.99. Am I paying the full cost of this or just part of it? If you're paying the full cost, I want you to drop a 1 in the chat. If you're paying just part of it, be honest with yourself. We're not going to ask you what it is. Put a 2 in the chat. If you're paying the full cost, right, of 2, thank you so much. Thank you so much. See, this is why I know that people like BB, my sister from another mister, why this year is going to be a profound year. We got 8 months in this year, y'all. We got 8 months in this year. Hold on a second, because I want to hear from Digital Diva, who's coming in.
1 second.
Sure. BB says she likes to leave down payments. Well, we need a PIF this year, friend. Okay? Something has got to be paid in full this year. Okay? Go ahead, friend. Good morning, Digital Diva.
Good morning, everyone. Look, I was driving to work, so I heard you the entire time, but I didn't want to, So, but yeah, no, I appreciate you all. I enjoy listening every morning, whenever I can. And I'm actually sitting in the parking lot at work for an extra couple minutes. But no, I'm praying blessings over every single one of y'all that's in here. I really believe in what you're doing, Carla. That word was for someone. Could be for me, could be for you, could be for anybody that's hearing this. And I know you're stepping on a couple toes this morning, and it's needed. So I really, truly appreciate you. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for everyone. Thank you for the stickers. I love, love, love them. They will be added tonight. And just continue to keep doing what you're doing, because you have something inside of you that has to come out so other people can thrive. So I appreciate that. And I just wanted to say that real quick before I run up in this building. And I got something with me that got to come out today at work, I'm sure, because my boss, she's not the friendliest. So I might just have to tell her some things today so that she can get back on track, so people can stop feeling like they're held hostage and in bondage at work. So again, I thank y'all. I gotta run, but I definitely wanted to say I heard everything you said, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, friend. I appreciate you too. And have a good day. Be blessed and not stressed.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Sometimes we as women, we're a triple threat. We can be a triple threat. And that was something that I was saying to her last night. I know she has a challenge oftentimes, as we do, as women. We have a challenge, and I don't know why some of our biggest challenges have to be with other women, because if don't nobody else understand us, we understand us. Okay,
Right.
It doesn't matter the age, the stage, the height, the weight, the color. It does not matter. We are women, and there's something that just runs through our veins. We know each other, but why we do each other in the ways that some of us do, I don't understand it. But a part of what happens, and I'll just say this, in the workplace, it's underhanded, backhanded, jealousy, green-eyed monsters running around, because it's something about us. I can say it like this. The reason why I think, first of all, I think that she has this problem is she's probably smarter than the person she's dealing with.
Right.
And I don't mean just degree to degree.
Mm-hmm.
When you have lived a life
Yeah.
that has spanned decades and distance,
Yeah.
being overseas, different cultures, all of these things, when you've been exposed to things, there's a lot of preconceived notions that people have about us.
Right.
You know, first of all, there's so many things I wish I could say right now, but I know it would be, I know that it would not resonate, but it doesn't mean that it's not true. So I'll just say this to keep it a safe conversation and not to ruffle people's feathers too much. When you travel, when you meet different people, when you're receptive to mindset shifts, change, and etc., learning, when you take off those rosy glasses and make it seem like everything is okay, yeah, everything is good, and this, that, and the other, and you deal nested in reality, a lot of people can't handle that. They can't handle. It's something, a person, oh my gosh, strength. It's innate. They can't handle she can't handle, I'm gonna call it what it is. Whoever this is that you're dealing with cannot handle your skill sets. She cannot handle your history. She cannot handle your knowledge. She cannot handle your skill. She cannot handle your ability and some other things. She can't handle that. But she has to be aggressive. She has to be assertive. She has to shut other things down. And it has to be her idea, her way or the highway, because that's the only amount of power. Her power is nested in her position, not what it is that she knows. I gotta let that go. We'll talk, friend. I'm gonna send you what I really want to say. The other part of what I want to say. She can't handle it. I don't even know the doggone story, but I just know that the way it normally works, especially with women, She doesn't hold a light to you. And that's the problem. I'd be willing to bet you've had this conversation with your husband. Your husband told you before, you're a smart woman. You are. I know, just in the fact of going from being enlisted to being a warrant officer, that's the best of both worlds. On top of everything else that you already knew personally, who you are at your core. That job is holding you back. It is. And I know that you're on your way to doing something different. I know that you're more strategic than just to say, chuck up the deuces, I'm out of here. I know that. I know that. But you got to get up out of there. Not on the first thing smoking. Strategically. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's all. All right? We're going to get back into it. You're thinking about something in your life right now, a goal, a skill, something that you want to improve. Ask yourself, are you paying the full cost? BB said that she's putting down payments. But this year, whatever that one thing is, it could be more. But there's something that's been holding on, nagging on, being that weight around your ankle for a long time. This doggone 2026, if you're in this live, we're bringing that thing to fruition this year in the next 8 doggone months. So let me tell you something, and I want you to hear me loud and clear. Lima Charlie, okay? Lima Charlie for the people in the back. Loud and clear. This year, whatever that doggone thing is that keeps on doggone coming back, nagging your brain, waking you up, jolting you out of the bed, making you pull that doggone ankle weight. That doggone thing ends this year. Whether it's the doggone or it starts, that's what I mean. What comes to an end is you're continuing to carry it. You're continuing to hold on and say, I want to do it. I can't find the right time. Coming up with all these doggone excuses about why you're not moving. That sugar honey iced tea, that stops. And if you don't know how, then you need to go ahead and DM me, okay, direct message me so we can create this doggone game plan. And the only reason why it's going to fail this year is because of you. You, not because you don't have knowledge, not because you don't have skill, not because you don't have ability, not because you don't have support. It's going to fail this year because you don't execute what it is that you have. Oh my gosh. I know I got loud, but you needed to hear that. What you want to accomplish this year is going to fail because of your lack of execution. Because once you came into this doggone room right here, once I came to know, like, and trust you, once I sent out them doggone MIA reports, that's because I care, and it's your year. Not everybody can say that. Some people are going to still be where they are right now, listening to every doggone thing that we put out, coming and absorbing every ounce of information. You're going to do it, but that's going to be on you. It's not going to be because BB didn't bring her fruit. It's not going to be because Kate didn't bring her fruit. It's not going to be because Kay and Miss Lady didn't bring their fruit. It's not going to be because I didn't come and ruffle those doggone feathers, step on your doggone toes, and sit down with you and give you your own doggone blueprint. It's not going to be because of that. It's going to be because you didn't execute. I'm done. I need to land my plane on that one. Somebody put the doggone plane in there because somebody really needed to hear that. Somebody really needed to hear that this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Somebody really needed to hear that. Whew. Y'all, what time is it? Somebody needed to hear that. Stop. As my dad would say, stop half-stepping. Stop half-stepping. And commit to the process. Commit to the process that you want. It's not what I want. It's not what anybody on this panel wants. It's what you want. You have to be committed to it. Or you guess what? Ask yourself at the end of the year just how much you really wanted it. Okay? Whew. All right. Here we go. What is something that you say you want? I'm going to ask you to call it out. What is something that you say you want, but you haven't fully committed to what it takes? What is something that you say you want, but you haven't committed to what it really takes? Ooh wee. I'm not, what I'm not, I don't know what I am. I'm not a doggone evangelist. I'm not a pastor. I'm not any of that. But I am being obedient to what it is that should be coming out of my mouth this morning, just as you should be being obedient to the thing that keeps coming back to you this morning. Some of y'all aren't being obedient, and that's the fact. Some of y'all are not being obedient. You're not moving to the beat of the right drum. Yeah, she said. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, what's something? Because if you're willing to say that something out loud, we can work with that. But if you sitting up there letting your your tongue be bound, right? If you're gonna sit up there and leave it in the dark and not bring it to the light, if you're gonna sit up there and have it in the back but not bring it to the front, that's not anybody here that's willing to help you, that's willing to open up and share what it is that they went through. That's not that. That's you. We're moving on, okay? And that's what we're going to do at the end of the year, wishing that you had came along with us, but knowing that you really weren't ready to put in the work, okay? Mm-hmm. That's what that is. Amen. Okay, just ask yourself, where are you giving partial effort, okay? Where are you giving partial effort and expecting full results? Where are you giving partial effort and expecting full results? If you want to say it out loud, you can. It's about choice in here. You have free will, okay? You have free will. All I can tell you is that in my 57 years, 5 decades of life, and this, that, and the other, is holding it in and not saying it out loud to somebody, somewhere, somehow, is going to be the one thing that denies and or delays your progress. We're going to move on, okay? You need to decide. You need to decide, am I willing to do what it takes? Am I willing to do what this requires? Because growth is not something that, here, BB, take your growth. Here, Kay, take your growth. Here, friend, take your growth. Here, Kate. Here, Sweetie. Here, Tracy. Here, Juan. Here, Kathy. Here, John. That's not what it looks like. Growth is not given. It's earned. That's right. It's earned. Those everybody. Battle scars, they're earned. Okay? It hits you in the eye. It's earned. You got to go get it. You got to be hungry. Hey, Gabby. Yes, it's got to be developed. It's got to be cultivated. Hey, Gabby, did you come in? You coming in to say good morning, or did you have something to kind of add to what we're talking about right now, or can I keep going? Gabby may be at work. Thank you so much. Good morning and keep going. I'm at work. Okay. Good morning and keep going. All right. And keep going we shall. Okay. So y'all know I put a tool together. Kay, Lady D, and Kate all have that tool. Okay. Because they're mods in the room. Okay. So every day as we're continuing to build this team, we add things, right? We add and we build up on each other. So they asked and they received. They got a brief yesterday. They'll get one today within an hour of this live or the parking lot. Okay? But remember, today I have a 10 o'clock meeting. But I got you. Okay? But they got it. They got the audience reflection tool, and they have the tool for the day based on the subject. Okay? I'll go through it in a little bit, but not right now. But they have it. So if you reach out to them and you want it through the DM, or you put your name or information in the chat, they'll make sure. I should say this. I'll make sure. But what I want to start doing is seeing if Kate and Kay and Miss Lady will make sure that you disseminate it to your respective people if they could use it, or people that ask in the chat. It's a request here because this is volunteer, okay? But I'm going to tell you something. At the end of the day, they know we're going to be on that beach, and I'm working towards getting us on that beach. And the one thing I wanted to tell you guys yesterday, Miss Dee, who's not here right now, and I'm hoping is not on the For You page or watching, she's gonna get that fence. She's gonna get that fence that she needs, that gate between that road and her house. That's the secret. Y'all need to hold on to that. She's gonna get it. Trust me when I tell you that. She's gonna get it. All right, and the rest of us, we're gonna be on that beach.
Welcome,
all right?
everybody.
I know it's coming. And we're going to sit up there and hold our glasses up. We're going to sit up there and hold our glasses up, and in celebration of each other, okay? In celebration of each other and us as a group that has locked in, okay? All right, so here we go. Ownership. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do what's required, because growth is not given, it is earned. The tool is available, okay? It's an investment. It's an effort investment tracker, okay? We'll go over it in a minute. All right, but we're not just collecting it. Here's the thing. When you learn something, you must apply it. Don't collect it just to be taking something, to turn it into your own digital product. Don't do that. Can you? Of course. I don't care. I put it out in the atmosphere. I know the probability is high that somebody's going to take that, run with it, put their name on it, create a digital product, and probably even sell it. I don't care what you do with it, to be quite honest, except for using it. Use it. What you do after that, that's on you. What I care about is whether or not you use it. Why? Because one, I need use cases. Two, I want you to move the needle. Okay? I want the constructive feedback. So if it's not something that's good for you, we could drill down into something that is specific for you, that hits you where you are, not broad brush stroke. Okay? All right. That's what I'm talking about this morning. Now, I want you to answer this question. I want you to answer this question. Where is one area that you need to increase your effort? What is one area where you need to increase your effort? And stop overthinking it, because you already know what it is. It's the first thing that came to your mind. Time management. Thank you, Sugar Box. Thank you, friend. Spiritual journey. Okay. I'm not gonna pull teeth. Go ahead.
Mine is my job. I've decided I'm going to talk to the young lady that has told me if I needed to come to her, that left a couple months ago. I'm talking to her today to see what I need to do to move forward with that, and we're going to see where it goes. I was originally going to give them till the end of May, and I may still not have a choice but to do that. But if I can make the jump, I'm going to go ahead, and I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. I feel like I've been in the industry for too long, and it's starting to drain rather than grow.
Yeah. If it's taken away from you more than it's adding, it's definitely time to do a shift. Let's just do it strategically. And I know you are, but that's for the other person that needs to hear it. It's easy to jump ship and say to heck with it and hope for the best. But the smarter, I think, decision that I would say is do it strategically. Do it strategically. Okay, Kate can probably attest to that. I used to have this discussion a lot when in the military. How, especially when I got to the point of seeing people retire, go through the last 2 years of transition, because it used to be 2 years. I don't know what it is. It might be 2 days now, but it used to be 2 years that the military would give its service member men and women an opportunity to transition from the military life into the civilian sector by way of going through certain classes, getting resumes ready. After 20 years, you've not created a resume. A resume has been created through the work that you've done, but transferring that from, that's those skill sets from the military into the civilian aspects of life can be very different. Capturing those things and putting them on a resume could be very different. But I used to see people retire and not know what the heck their next move was going to be. And I was like, man, how do you spend 20 years doing something and you don't plan for life after? I mean, we might not make it. We might not go as far, go as long, but wouldn't you rather have a plan and not need it than not? I have chronic fatigue and it's extremely difficult to manage everything. Ooh, friend, you're in the right place. You're in the right place because we have it too. We have that too. I wake up every single day on 5 at a minimum. At a minimum. Sometimes, and the thing of it is, you may not realize it because I'm sitting here. I've learned how to mask my pain. Okay, I've learned how to survive, be in survival mode with my pain. But sometimes I don't want to roll out the bed. Like yesterday, I sat here for a long time yesterday. I was so doggone stiff. I was stiff as a board from the waist down. When I got up, I couldn't hardly walk. Okay? I could not hardly walk. Miss Lady experiences the same thing. And if anybody else wants to share, I'm not going to share it. But I can just tell you that overall, there's multiple people that come into this room. Right now, you see 13 people in the room, right? You see 13 people in the room, but we've been watched by 206, okay? People in the room, okay? 206. So we may not see that. One day we will. One day we will. But the good Lord in the universe is working on each and every one of us to be able to get there. Thank you so much, friend, for your daily heart me. And we also have another. Oh, we achieved the goal. Oh, we achieved the goal. Oh, and now it has another one. You got one new member through this goal. Oh, thank you. And I know who that was. That was doggone Sugarbox. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate that. But yeah, we're chronic pain warriors over here. And it's been that way for me for quite a long time. But again, you're in the right place. Trust me. And it will come to fruition. I'm going to tell you, ooh, Lord, Kate, I'm going to say this. You know I love you. I'm going to say it gently. That's Kate's space. That's something that she wants to talk about. Okay? That's something that she wants to talk about. How we're navigating the pain. How we're continuing with life in the pain. That's Kate. That's Kate right there. And Kate needs to come with that smoke. She needs to come with that smoke.
Now you got me crying, damn it. Dang it.
She needs to come with that smoke. I know you're trying, but you know what that is? When Sugarbox came into the room, that's your sign. It's not mine. That's yours. That's on you. That's you, friend, and I love you, but that's on you. So come back, Sugarbox, because Kate's going to have some content for you in the very near future. She's going to be right here. We're going to talk about it. She's going to come out here and have a segment of her own one day. And we're going to invite you to it, where we're going to talk about how to navigate life through those things that we don't have complete control over. Okay? Yep. And that one thing right now is the pain. Okay? All right. So, excuse me. I'm gonna definitely start calling y'all. The gloves is coming off, y'all. The gloves is gonna come off. Not every day, but every now and again, we're gonna bring the gloves off. Okay? All right. That being said, you don't need to do everything. just ask yourself whether or not you're willing to at least do what's required. Okay, that's a reminder. Growth is not given, it's earned. You got the tool, right? You got a tool. And if this is shifting or resonating with you, I want you to type earn, EARN. Type earn in the chat if this is resonating with you. If this is going to make you move, if this has hit you right here, center mass, in your chest, if this has hit you in your chest, or if you're looking around in your office and you see somebody else who needs to earn it, who needs to really earn that respect, not be up there on the doggone totem pole talking about I'm the lion, hear me roar. We ain't trying to hear all that sugar honey I see. We're not. Okay? Because we're about the business. We're about realizing that men and women lie, right? But the numbers don't. The number of people in the office who ain't resonated with that person that's in charge, those numbers don't lie. Oh, Jesus. Those numbers don't lie. It's like, Chief, let me ask you a question. Do you remember the command climate surveys? You remember command climate surveys? Kate, do you remember I don't know if they even had command climate surveys back then.
I was like, what?
Yeah. Okay, so command climate surveys. Command climate surveys is a survey that checks the climate of the organization. Okay? So when I say men and women lie, but the numbers don't, a command climate survey is a list of questions that's disseminated to every organization, right? Within the preview of that command team's footprint. Okay? So, and what it does is they send it out on a quarterly basis to check the pulse. Is there toxicity in the workplace? Is there toxicity in the workplace? Is there anything that, that you might have a fear of saying, out loud, but don't have a problem putting it on paper so that next level of command team can see what's going on and help to guide, navigate, etc.? Okay, so those things have a number, okay, associated with the questions, a cumulative number. They identify trends. They identify challenges. They give feedback. People are happy or they're not. People feel like they're being mishandled or mistreated. They indicate that. It could be a gateway to your growth or your demise. In all honesty, okay? Because if you're out there creating hell and havoc in the workplace and people don't want to work with or for you, right? They're gonna have an outlet. It may be in your face, it may not, but you can trust and believe they're gonna get that off their chest. And oftentimes it showed up in the command climate survey. That's why people used to hate seeing me come. Okay, there was other reasons too, but that was one of the reasons. Because if I'm coming into your footprint, I'm coming in to observe. Just like I'm coming into your footprint right now. I'm coming into your life. I'm observing what it is that you're putting down. I'm watching to see whether or not there's consistency in what it is that you say and what it is that you do. Okay? I'm watching you just like you're watching me. That's why there's an inner circle for a reason. And the only people that get to that is the people who are doing the things that they need to do that are in alignment. That's equally yoked, that's on the same page. I don't care how you get there. I care that you get there. Okay? Let me explain something to you for the people in the back. Somebody needs to see this. Somebody needs to see this. Somebody needs to see this. Just like on that doggone live goal, what did that live goal do? It showed you, okay, the goal. Droop, droop, center mass. Okay? Center mass, people. Center mass. Okay? Everything's got rings around it. Woo. The only way that you get to the inside is when you're that person that's about that work. As Mo would say, you're doing the silent work. Okay? You're doing the necessary work. I'm going to just say this. I appreciate y'all for being here. that's what helps to move things forward. The hardest part is showing up for it. The second hardest part is saying it out loud. The third hardest part is putting that doggone sweat equity to work. Putting that work. What's that song that said? Dun it up, put your back into it. Put your back into it. It's just about doing the work. Okay? That's what it's about. And on that note, I land my plane. Can y'all put land the plane for me? Can y'all put land the plane in the chat for me? Just because I can't get to it quick. On that note, I land the plane. Okay. Growth doesn't come from wanting more. It comes from doing more of what matters. You can do it, put your back into it. That's right. You can do it, put your back into it. And you can. The only thing, you love your sticker. I'm glad you finally seen it. I was like, maybe she didn't see it. I'm glad you've seen it. That was courtesy of the crew. Yes, indeed. Yep, you can do it, put your back into it. The only thing that's going to stop you from doing what it is that you want to do, the only thing that's going to stop you from achieving the things that you put on that vision board is you. Even when you were a child, you remember the saying, you could do anything that you want to if you put your mind to it. You could do anything that you want to. Who hasn't heard that? No, let me rephrase that, because this is where I'm going to get most of the activity. If you've heard that, good morning, Didi. If you've heard that you could do anything that you want if you put your mind to it, put a 1 in the chat.
Good morning.
Good morning, friend.
Good morning, friend.
Yep, right now we're putting 1s in the chat. If you 111, BB said I'm a lot. Go ahead, Didi.
No, I was just joining in, and I was saying a 1. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can do it, put your back into it. All right. So, and we probably tell our kids the same thing. If you told your kids the same thing, you have kids, you have grandchildren, you have adopted children, you have foster kids in your house, and you told them you could do anything if you just put your mind to it, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Not this, and let not your seeing people put 1s in the chat be a way of letting you know where it is that they are, what it is that they've experienced, and what it is that they've heard. But let it also be an example of how to move your chat. That went over somebody. Let me go ahead and say it again. Somebody needed to know how to move their chat, how to engage the people who are engaging them. Don't let people sit and be stagnant. Don't let people sit and be stagnant. Does anybody remember, if you remember me saying words to the effect of how hard it is to be here, for me to be here on this live where I can't see you. Thank you so much for getting your daily heart, me friend. I appreciate that. If y'all were ever in a room where I've talked about how hard it is to be here and to leave this room, because I'm used to having an audience, an auditorium, where I could see the nonverbal communication that you're conveying. If you've ever heard that, I want you to put a 1 in the chat. If you've ever heard me talk about that, feels like you're just talking to the air. It can, but now it's not, because that chat was moving when I said put a 1 in the chat, right? So we have to learn new ways. Okay, we have to learn new ways. At first it was like, dang, I can't see you. So I can't really see the questions that I'm asking. I can't see whether or not what I'm saying is resonating. I can't see whether or not you're falling asleep. I can't see whether or not you're bored. I can't see. Yes, engage your chat. That's how in the new norm of being on social media and leading from the front, that's how you get people moving. Okay? That's how you get That's how you get them, that's how you stir the pot. Okay? Ask them a question. Give them a direction of what it is that you need them to do. Okay? Not just for you, but for their benefit as well. So I think one of the things that we need to do, y'all, as current and aspiring hosts, is we need to let people know there's also benefit to you doing what it is that you do. First and foremost, TikTok is going to mirror your effort. They're going to mirror your effort. So when you go out there and you drop a heart, I'm using this as an example, but for some of the more seasoned people out there, BB, I'm calling you out. Doggone Lady D, I'm calling you out, and correct me if I'm wrong. TikTok mirrors your engagement in your everyday use, in your lives, etc. If I go out and drop a heart, they're gonna send me to people who drop hearts. If I go out and I drop 5 words, they're gonna send me to that level of people who drops 5 words. If they're gonna sit up there and they're gonna send me to people who, if I go watch a video for a second, they're gonna send me to those, second watchers. If I go and I watch videos all the way to the end, they're gonna put me into that category of people who watch videos all the way to the end. If I go out there and I start, looking at how can I learn how to cook better and find a husband by the end of the year, they're gonna send me there. You understand? I'm being facetious, but the bottom line is, they're gonna send you to the like-minded people, the like-minded action takers or not. Okay? Yes, it's true. Just stay around for a while, you'll see it. Don't look at it from the right eye or the left eye. Maybe you need to look at it from the third eye. I don't know. But if you ain't seeing it, on a regular basis, you've heard it now. So when we say it out loud, we generally start to see it a lot more. All right?
Notice that, Carla, I noticed that when I go on lives now, it always sends me a message about drops, like some kind of way, drop some hearts. Because I'm the heart person. I always, not the heart, roses. And it'll always say, drop some roses because you did this many roses, and now, to elevate your roses, I guess. So, yeah, it does. It mirrors what you do and how you engage.
Absolutely. Y'all know, excuse me, go ahead. I thought somebody was going to say something and I kind of cut them off, but I'm going to land my plane. Go ahead. And if not, it might have just been a glitch in the matrix. But Kate is telling us that we are at 85.5 thousand likes. Do y'all know what a blessing that is? Let me tell y'all something. How long, let me ask y'all a question. If you were on from Alpha to Omega, if you were on from beginning to end yesterday, how long were we on yesterday? Put it in a chat. How long were we on our live yesterday? If you were on from beginning to end, go ahead and tell me how long we were on live yesterday. I think that Kate is probably the only person that can. Nope, I see BB still in the room. She just dropped down for a second. Okay, how long were we on? 6 hours. We were on 6 hours. Was it that long? Yeah, because we were going to lunch. No, she's right. It was longer than 6 hours, girl, because by the time me and you got out of here, it was almost 12 o'clock. It's about 11:30, 11:45, something like that. So from 6:30 to 11:30, that's 5 hours. So almost 6 hours yesterday. Why am I bringing that up? I'm bringing that up because I want you to know, I don't know what the good Lord has in store for us. I don't know. But on Sunday at church, I was told to get out of my way, to do it, to draw from my strength, my inner strength, and to be humble. So I humbly say this. Yesterday, we were on live for 6 hours and we had over, Kate, do you remember the number? I think it was like almost close to 125,000 likes in 6 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was like it surpassed 120.
It surpassed 120 in 6 hours. Right now, we've been on for an hour and a half and we're already at 90.7K. What am I putting down right now? What am I saying? Somebody interpret that for me.
That is amazing. Wow. That's amazing. Oh.
I think we just upgraded the standard.
And the operative word in what she said was we. We did that. We did that. I'm turning into a doggone crybaby, Dee Dee.
Mm.
I
Join
say
the
that.
club.
I say
Join
that
the
because
club.
we sat in church on Sunday together, and she said, "I don't know if I told you, but I'm a crybaby." As she reached over and got the Kleenex.
I cry all the time, you know, and it's tears of joy because I know God is working, and He's doing some things in my life that I just thought that wasn't going to even happen. Even with my family, things are just changing so. And I've been praying, and even with my children, I couldn't really get on the live with you guys like yesterday, like I wanted to, because they were just calling me and just telling me all the good things that are going on in their life, and I couldn't get off the phone with them. One would call and I'd hang up, and then the other one would call and I'd hang up, and because I'm always encouraging them and always talking to them, and it's not like they're kids. These are grown people. These are 50 and 40-year-olds. And they still got to talk to mama.
And that's a blessing.
But I love it. I love it.
I think one of your kids, one if not more of your TikTok.
And one of them does. One of them is my middle son. And I always call him my bad boy. He's my bad boy. I told people that kid would never get married. That kid would never settle down. And he finally has settled down, and he's loving his marriage, loving the kids. He's just doing so well. I really just never thought that anything like that would be possible. Not with him. You know, it's not that you look down, you don't think that they'll ever do much, but you know, you have those certain ones that you're like, well, not that kid right there. That one has had it. But I'm just so proud, and I said I think one of the best things in life that you can have is when your kids are just doing well. It just makes you know that, you know, I did something right. Something right.
I think I could be wrong, Dee Dee. I want to say this real quick. I could be wrong, but I'll just say this quick. I could be wrong, but he's probably the catalyst for some of this shift. He's probably the catalyst for some of this shift. It's been some conversations going on by virtue of somebody watching you. It's been some conversations taking place. I know you said before, it just escaped me that fast. Okay, let me just say this. I want to say it's him or somebody that you don't expect. One of your kids is watching you and they're having conversation in the background. You said before, with the people in the church, people in the church were coming and helping you take care of mom when others weren't. When others were taking you for granted. And I know for a fact that they do this because I lived the path with my dad. They knew that I would be there to take care of, to fix, to do all the things, all the way down to the bone, which made it easy for them, but it didn't make it right. It didn't make it right that you didn't get the breaks, that you didn't get, that you didn't get all of the things that you need. And so I just hope that it's consistent for you. I hope that it stays consistent.
I pray so. I pray it's a new beginning. I really do. I pray that it is.
Absolutely. So Sugarbox says, absolutely. I unfortunately have only one. However, is the complete opposite. It breaks my heart beyond. It's temporary. It's temporary. It's temporary. It's temporary. And Dee Dee can speak to that. Even if we just tap into what it is that she just said. Her kids are 40, 50 years old. And this is what it is that they're doing now. Kids, they watch and they listen. They may not always act in the way it is that we prefer them to, in the way that we need to see it, to think, know, and believe that we're doing the right things. They may not always do that, but life has a way of bringing things full circle. Life has a way of bringing things full circle. Sometimes, it oftentimes happen when they have their own, that they begin to know, see, like, and appreciate all the things that you did to the best of your ability. Even if you self-judge and you say, I'm a bad this or I'm a bad that because of this or that, there will be a time when they recognize that wherever it is, however it was, that you did the best that you could do in that moment, okay, at that time. You just gotta pray for peace in the midst of that season where there's doubt and uncertainty. Keep your life moving. That change, that shift, is going to come. Here's a prime example for you. It shows up in things that you don't expect. Last night, I could barely breathe over there. I have a mattress in here that sometimes I just flop down on, watch TV. If I don't feel like moving, my body is in pain, whatever. Ouch, I have a mattress in here that I just flop down on. Okay? And yesterday, I watched my 8-year-old. She came over here to her doggone computer. No lie. I wish I had space on my phone to have taken a video of this, but it will always be etched into my mind. I will never, or I will try to not second guess myself in what it is that I'm doing ever again, because this is what she did. Without saying anything to me, she came over here to her computer, popped that doggone thing open, used the dictate feature to say, what do you do for somebody who's sick? And whatever the heck that was that she pulled up, it told her to get a blanket, get something hot to drink. That girl went outside, got me a blanket off the banister, came and put it on me, went downstairs, got some tea bags, brought them back up here, asked me which one it was that I wanted, went back downstairs, got my tea, brought it back up here, told me did I need anything else, and moved out to let me have my rest.
Oh, how sweet.
And she told me, she said something along the lines of, I just want you to know that I love you. She said, and this is no lie. She said, I know we may not always, I'm paraphrasing. She said, I know we may not always show it and you may not think, but we appreciate you. And then the Lord says, out of the mouths of babes, you better listen, because that's unfiltered.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting ready to say something. Hold on, Dee Dee. I gotta say it. When kids speak, it's unfiltered. We as adults, we make it difficult because we're looking at things through so many different things. Sometimes we need to keep it simple.
Mm.
Mm.
Mm. It's
Ooh.
good. It's good.
In the military, we have this acronym, KISS. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Not saying nobody else, but that was the acronym, KISS. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Sometimes we do things to make things so much harder than what it needs to be. We do that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have to tell you guys this. I always kind of complain about, my siblings sometimes. And I have some that will do, but they live far from me. They live in Charlotte. Then I have one that's right down the road that just will not do anything. And yesterday I got exhausted probably about 3 o'clock, and I laid on the couch. And when I woke up, she had mom at the table. She had made her something to eat. She had given her something to drink. And she had cleaned up her room, threw out the trash. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't say a word. I was just like, okay. I just smiled at her. She's never, ever, ever done anything like that. Never.
Just receive it.
You guys, it's like, okay. Okay, Lord, I'm going to let you do it. Because I've been fussing, and I've been cussing, and I've been cussing, and I've been fussing for years and years and years. And it wasn't doing any good. And now the Lord told me to just be silent and let him fight my battles. And sometimes when I get ready to say something and I get ready to fuss or I get ready to cuss, especially at her, I've just been lately, I go to say something and it's like God just tells me, swallow that, be quiet, and let me do this. And I just couldn't believe it when I woke up. She had put her laundry in the washer. I was like, oh my God.
Won't he do it?
He'll do it. He'll do it. And I don't know if you guys have really understood my story. My parents worked themselves to the bone just so we could they bought all this property and nobody wanted it. Nobody wanted to live here. They all just abandoned it. They didn't want to be bothered. They took it for granted. They didn't want to put the money and the funds in it to keep things going around here. Things were falling apart. They were saying that I was a fool for staying out here in these woods. It was just heartbreaking. And I said to myself, do they not understand what a gem we have? They don't get it. They didn't get it. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm getting off my soapbox. But I just pray that things have shifted. And it seems like it is. It's shifting.
Absolutely. We're having heart stories about family, about the impact of our actions. And I know Sugar Bear's been in the Sugar Box has been in the chat, and she said at one point in time that she was crying, and I just sent her a message. Okay, I just sent you a message. I put it out. Okay, it needed to be said. We have tears in this house. We do. They're needed tears. They're necessary tears. It's just the same thing as saying the things out loud. It's a release. It's cathartic, right? It's cathartic. And sometimes that's just another example of, like I said today, some of y'all need to take this pillow and just some of y'all need to walk outside today, right now, even if it's chilly with that cup in your hand. Be careful. When that sun is shining, some of us just need to be remembered of, you know what? Shame be unto you that doesn't already know, that is taking the blessings for granted. Shame be unto you. I want to change your thought process right now. If you're within the sound of our voices, you've heard me talk, Kate talk, Miss Dee Dee talk, Miss Lady D talk, BB talk. You're the sound of a voice. You can hear that. You're already blessed. If you can see this live, you're already blessed. If you just start with those two blessings and go from there, you're going to be fine. Oh my gosh. We're talking about what we lack so much that you don't think about what it is that you have.
Carla,
Yes.
I want to say something to Sugar Box pertaining to what you said earlier about your son. We raise our children to the best of our ability with the information we have at that time. What they do with that information is on them. My son is 33. He now has a family of his own and has for the past 13 years. But he was not always the person he is now. He went through a time in his life where he did every substance known to man and some that he came up with on his own. By all rights, by human standards, he should not be here at all. But through prayer, and I'm not giving it's God did it. Through prayer of everyone around him, God brought him his oldest child and showed him. Now, he is still not where I think he needs to be, but he is still breathing, so there is still hope. All you can do, in this is speaking from experience, all we can do is give them to God and let God do the rest. Okay, I'm landing my plane now. Thank you, bye.
Okay. So I put this up for Dee Dee, but this we need to remember this.
Yeah.
Yes. Let go and let God. It's hard to do because we want to control, we want to nurture, we want to be, here's the one thing we should not do. Don't let your ego get in the way. Don't let the ego get in the way. Okay? Let it go and let God. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be sitting there. You're going to be the one with the shackles. You're going to be the one being held hostage to the situation. Okay? Hey, Tracy, good morning. Tracy's coming in. Good morning. But don't. Good morning, Tracy.
Good morning.
How
I was really just I was just really listening, and then the accepting came up, so I just accepted. I didn't have much to say. I like listening to you guys. That's about it. I'm just sitting here chilling. The kittens wake me up at 5 o'clock, and then they go back to sleep, and I'm like, for real? So, okay, I'm up.
That's too funny. That's how they do. They eat, go to sleep. Go ahead, Dee Dee.
I mean, they're only 2 months old, but I'm like, really, dudes? They woke me up literally at 5 o'clock. Now they're asleep right here next to me. And I'm like, what the hell?
So it was Atticus, and what was the other one's name?
Oh my God, you guys remember that? Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
How do you guys remember stuff like that?
Girl, me and Carla were
You paying attention.
We pay attention.
I mean, Atticus is one, and he's the one that stays up under me. And I got it from Atticus Finch from the movie To Kill a Mockingbird. I love that movie. It won a Pulitzer. Harper Lee is the author. So I love that movie. I love the book. And I wanted to name him Atticus. But here's the kicker. The second kitten is named Tick. That's short for Atticus. If you spell out Atticus, you'll get Tick in that name. And that's why I named him Tick. Because it's in addition to Atticus. So yeah. I love that. It's awesome. But how are you gonna wake me up at 5 o'clock in the morning? I'm thinking they're hungry. I put freaking food in their playpen where they go in, and they didn't go get it. You know what they wanted? They wanted a freaking tube. They wanted a tube. The churro, whatever it is. They like me out in my face for this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, they're addicted. But anyway, I didn't come up to talk about kittens. But yeah, I mean, I'm happier because I decided to adopt. Yeah, absolutely. But thank you guys for paying attention. Oh my God, you got the name right. I'm so flattered. Thank you.
And Dee Dee said in the chat too that her nephew's name is Atticus.
Really?
Yeah. And my brother named him that because of that movie also.
Absolutely. That's a powerful movie. And I encourage anyone to watch it. It's a big part of our history as well. And I'm not gonna do a spoiler alert, but you need to watch it. It's really, really good. So yeah, absolutely.
I see BB made it to work. BB.
Good morning. Man, you had me on here. I was like, wow. I was on the train. I was like, Lord help me. It was so good. Thank you for being obedient.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. South Dog said, let me get back to work.
So you know what I did when you first started, and I'm like, it was almost like a sucker punch to my belly. When you first started, you said, I'm paraphrasing, some of us are not willing to pay the price for what we want. When I tell you, if I was at church, I ran around the church pew like 5 times. I ran around the church like a sprinter. I was like, no, I ran because, when I hear the only person that pay the price is the Almighty, right? Like he did it with no doubt. But are we willing to pay the price for the things that we want? Are we ready to sacrifice the things that we don't want to let go? The pride, all the things that come with it. And some of us are just I'm able to operate from a place of, I already know this feeling, so I can handle this, but I need to let that go. Because I know that each and every one of us are amazing in our own right, and we are perfectly designed the way God has created us, but we're not manifesting and living up to the full potential. And I just thank you for that, because I was like, I am not, me and my little down payments, I got to pay the full. Come on now. I got to stop leaving deposits and not picking it up,
My goodness. Yeah. We've been
I
putting
mean
it on BB, we've been putting it on layaway.
what? Like in Conway, all those layaway places in the hood that they let you put a certain percentage, and it takes you about 10 to 12 months to pick it up. And by the time you get it, you realize you didn't even need it.
You didn't even want it.
You ain't even want it. You just did it because you just didn't want to pay the price up front and do the work that needed to be done and do the sacrifice.
Exactly.
My God, thank you. My God. Woo, I ran around the sanctuary on that one, Carla. I did. Thank you, Jesus. And it's my shirt right now. And guess what? I wore a shirt today. And this sweater, I got it from the TikTok shop. Okay. I got it from the TikTok shop. And it said, what does this say? Let me stop playing.
What does it say?
It says, I'm on whatever God is on. Whatever. That's what I wore today. I'm on whatever he's on. So if he's about forgiveness, I'm about forgiveness. If he's about, grace and mercy, I'm about grace and mercy, And so when I put this shirt on, I'm like, what? There's no coincidence. You know what I mean? I'm on whatever he's on. And then the word came in and the spirit was talking. And then some guy, when I was getting my little coffee, because my big back behavior cannot eat. And I went to, and he was like, I'm on whatever God is on too. I'm on whatever God is on too. And I'm like, come on. So I just thank you. I just had to say it.
Absolutely.
I love you guys.
Okay. I was like, okay, that's enough of me. Thank you, Jesus.
I know. I can feel it. I can feel it.
You saw it. I was like, please, just kick me off that little box, please. Kick me out. But I listened to everything you said, and I'm so glad we were. I don't know if you read it, but when you hit almost 100K in 1.5 hours, that was because your call of action. You were very clear yesterday. You put an expectation on the room of engagement and tapping and not being a spectator but being a participant in this conversation. So I just wanted to say that this is because you designed the room to start to flow. You commanded, and then everyone the shift shifted. The way Kate said it, the shift is shifting. So it's and your numbers don't lie. Man lie, but your numbers don't lie, because that audience was coming in. The church van let go, and the people were standing at the church door listening. And know that it is not this wasn't a mistake. This was a real intentional conversation that needed to be had. Yeah, t-shirts are a great conversation starter. Because my whole apparel says everything. I love Christ, but am I actually doing the work? And so as I was talking to you, I'll get off. I only have 2 more seconds. But when I was leaving, I grabbed my devotional book, my pad, and my reading assignment. There's no more excuses. I can read. I can work on my breaks. I can be lallygagging on the TT shop. So I will do what I have to do, because if I'm not comfortable where I'm at in my spiritual walk, I need to change it. And everything else will align with it. Everything else would align with it, because I cannot focus on making money. I cannot focus on my next assignment if my conversation with Christ is not in place. So that's where I need to start. So I thank you. I packed it. I can show you my backpack, and I want to move into your house because I need to be with your kids, because your kids are a living example about waking up with a good attitude of gratitude. I heard her little voice, and she was just very clear. She wasn't groggy. She wasn't grumpy. She wasn't nothing. I said, ooh, I'm moving into Carla's house. She may not like it, but I'm moving in.
It's enough space for all of y'all. Yeah.
Listen, I'm spiritually moving into your house, because apparently my schedule, and notice, I've been on time. Look at that. I've been on time. I've been getting up, and I've been intentional about how I wake up in the morning. So thank you, Jesus. And I'll pass the mic. I got to send you those stickers. Your time is up, friend. Pass the mic.
Yes, definitely. So I got to write that down. Because I said it at the beginning, in the intro. We have to be honest with ourselves about where it is that we are, what it is that we're doing, and where it is that we want to go. You got to be honest. You got to be honest about your knowledge, skill, and ability to be able to do it on your own. You got to be willing. You got to be coachable. You got to listen. You got to execute. Those are the things those latter things, those are on you. Those are on you. But this year in 2026, this is what we're doing. We're doing this. We're PIFing it, y'all. We're paying in full. We're paying in full. No more layaways, no more delays. No more layaways, no more delays. Whatever that is, that's what we're bringing to fruition this year. 2026. 2026. I'm not the only person talking about it, y'all. Y'all have all types of different advisors out here, spiritual and otherwise, that are saying to us that 2026 is the year. 2026 is the year. And it's not the normal year. Oh, this is going to be the year that I decide to work out. This is going to be the year that I lose 20 pounds. This is going to be the year that I travel. This is going to be the year that I, all those little ankle biter things. This is that year. Okay, this is. And Kate, let me just ask this. Is there something in the astrological realm, okay, that is seen this year is of so much more significance? It's just something with this year in the universe. Is there something that speaks to that? I don't know.
There's an initiation type thing, almost like the spark of creation. So there is that concept of a new earth, a new system is being implemented. Just recently, the planet Uranus went into Gemini, and I look at it from a whole house system. So when it moves into a new sign, it moves into a new house. And as that was occurring, interestingly enough, there was something moving in a house that happens to be white. And that Uranus speaks to thought, communication. Some may even use the term correspondence. And when Uranus serves, you're going to eat. So there's going to be a lot of disruption. And the way you see it is the way you see it. The way I see that our perspectives are all going to be from a different place and a different perspective and perception of what that is. So there was big changes happening. And it's on, the landscape much larger than us, but it has a personal impact on us.
Now, question, if you don't mind. I'm an introvert, and I feel the energy in here. You guys have mixed your energy, and I just don't have that energy being an introvert. I don't like crowds. I like being by myself. I just can't connect. I mean, I don't want to connect. For me to be on this profile or this platform right now, it's a lot for me. I'm surprised I'm here and doing this. But as an introvert, and which I was kind of like this all my life, I can't connect. I don't like drama. I don't like any of these things. I don't like crowds. I don't like being out in the world. And it's crazy. It's crazy. After helping a lot of people in my career, saving lives and stuff like that, I love that. But now I'm retired, and it's like, I'm okay, with being by myself. And then having my nephew here, it's driving me nuts. I want to choke his ass so bad. You just don't know. It's awful. It's just like, I can't connect anymore. I just can't. And I'm sorry, I'm getting a little emotional, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to connect. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to. I live in my little bubble, and I'm okay with that. And I don't know if it's good or bad, but that's just how, and I'm okay with it. I'm definitely okay. And the energy in here is magnificent. I kind of wish I had it, but then again, I don't. I don't know. I may sound bitter or something like that, but I'm not. I'm absolutely not. Being almost 60 years old, I'm content with being the way I am. I think maybe it stems more from the PTSD that I had. I don't know. I have no clue. Absolutely not. But I'm in that happy spot where, being an introvert is absolutely making me happy. Not to bring the panel down. I just thought I'd bring it up a little bit. Like, energy in here is great. Maybe that's why I keep coming back.
Yeah, there's two people particularly that I want to respond, not to negate anybody else's value, but just trust me on this. BB, go first, followed by Kate. I just need you to listen to this, Tracy. Okay, just listen. Go ahead, BB.
Okay, my love bug, Tracy. Now, don't get fooled by my energy that sometimes I feel the way you feel. It's just some days I have better days. Some days I have terrible days. Some days I don't even want to talk to people because that's a safe space for me, because I feel that the words and my emotion may come off wrong. But I do believe that you're not. It's not what I believe. It's God intended for us to have companionship and to have a support system and to connect with people who can help us. And then one day you'll help someone else. So even if you're an introvert, because I'm sure that there's other people that could say they're introverts in here, it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It's just that's the place of safety for you. You don't have to be doing cartwheels and jumping around and acting as if, everything in the world is great. I think in time and healing and with the work and with the process, you will get to a place where you will probably trust and engage with the right people. God is aligning you in this room to help you in this season. And whatever that season, however long that lasts, depends on how much work you put in. So even if it's just saying, okay, God, let me just try a little bit to stay on for 10 minutes a day, or maybe once a week, or maybe whatever that is, just do what makes you feel safe. And don't feel like you have to stage it, because it will one day disappear. And you're going to go, when did that happen? When did this pain go away? Or when did this load lighten? So just know that we all carry a heavy, heavy cross. And we are here to help you if you want us. And we're not here to judge you or say you're horrible. Because no way. Everybody can turn around. Don't let you I'm not telling you my story, because you're going to be like, girl, get out this room. So I'm telling you, I'm praying that you just continue to come back and allow the conversations to shift and work into you. That's it. Thank you. That's it. That's all.
That's all. Okay. I know Kate's been taking it all in. Tracy needs to hear from you right now.
You sound different, Tracy. And I don't know, just because you got some Persian cats that you can love on, but your demeanor, the way even in your voice, the way it carries, is there's a little bit more peace in that. And if I remember correctly, you are a Cancer. Is that correct?
Cancer, July 15th.
Yeah. So, that's really an emotional depth. When you're a Cancer, it's very nurturing, and you need to be in an environment that nourishes your soul to be fulfilled. And a lot of times, the last thing we need for our soul to be nourished is to be around a lot of craziness, around a lot of people, loud, dysfunction type of stuff. That's not something you need to be where you need to be. And I think, you know, with you not moving into a new environment, to have Persian cats and to kind of come into yourself, you're going to find a lot of healing in that. And accepting those things. You know, you can't change what you can't change, but what you can do is focus on your own healing for yourself, not so much for others. But I do think that that's something that we're moving in. You know, just the fact that they're Persian cats. They're Persian cats. Persian. When we have all this uproar with, you know, a Persian country right now, and that nurturing energy that you have, that's I think that ushers in this, and that you name them Atticus and Tick. So there's this justice that's coming to the forefront as well. So you're doing a lot of work that you don't realize you're doing, I think.
That was a good idea about Atticus and Tick, how I shortened the name, because Tick is a shorter version for Atticus.
So it's like reinforcing that pursuit of justice and the correction that needs to be done in our world. And maybe even naming the one Tick is to shorten that, is to make it happen quickly.
Wow, okay. I'll take that. Thank you so much for that. I guess it's a validation or something like that. And it makes me feel a little better. I'm a thinker. I'm a deep thinker. And I came up with that. You know, I just thought like, oh, if I ever get, you know, I mean, I had these names picked out before I even had, you know, kittens. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do this. You know, this is going to be their names. I only wanted one at first, and it was going to be Atticus. And I'm like, no, he's going to be so lonely. And I'm a really boring person. So that's why I decided to get two, so they can have companionship. You know, rely on one another. And that's why I decided on two, because I was only going to get one. And I'm like, what kind of life am I going to give him if it's only one? And I'm not that excited, you know. I'm like, he has to have some companionship. And that's why I decided on two others. Absolutely.
So y'all know me, I keep my computer over here. So when Kate kept saying Persian cat, as to bring out the significance of that, okay? Joe True, give me just 1 second, please. Give me just 1 second. I had to pull it up and see what was resonating. Here's what resonates, okay? Persian cats are known for their gentle, affectionate, and calm. Hold on 1 second. I need to see you guys. And calm demeanor. Their gentle, affectionate, and calm demeanor. They symbolize luxury, elegance, and serenity. That's it. That's all. And if anybody else has anything that they want to share with Tracy, or question, a comment, a concern, let it be known. I'll say this while they're thinking about it. Tracy, you know what I mean when I do this right here?
Yeah.
Okay. This for the good of the group, it means that we are locked in. Okay? And I can tell you, they may not confirm right now, but they know that Carla is not letting Tracy go. Okay? That I know the space that you need in the short amount of time that we've been knowing each other. I've been figuring out the space that you need in between. Okay? And every now and again, you see me come back around in a roundabout kind of way. Hey, Tracy, what's going on? We miss you. Okay? So I've learned your sequence when things are happening. I've learned your sequence. So from now to the end of the year, this is where we are. We're locked in. Okay? We're locked in. I just want you to know that. All right, what does Kay say? Kay says, please know that we are not being rude if we don't accept people on the panel. We find, we learn the hard way. That's right. We're not being rude. So if we go out to your bio, if we go out to your page and there is no bio, not something that kind of gives us some, headway into what it is that you're doing, what it is, your likes, something about you, then we're a little bit more reluctant and or resistant to bringing people up that don't have those bios, whose accounts are privatized and things of that nature, because we're trying to do this right here. Okay, we can't lock into private accounts. We can't lock in. Okay, we can't lock into accounts that we don't know. We don't have an inkling about what you're about, what you're doing, what your goals are. We don't know that we're in alignment. And as I said before, and I may need to say again, just as a gentle reminder, that Carla's not pulling teeth. I'm not pulling teeth. I'm not pulling teeth, and I'm not dragging. I'm not dragging people to do what it is that they already know they should. I'm not going to drag. And I'm not going to beg. I can know what it is, have an idea, and can even help you in my way to get you to where it is that you need to go. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to beg, I'm not going to borrow, and I'm not going to steal for it. I'm not going to do that. So yeah, all that part. However you receive that. I'm not begging, I'm not borrowing, I'm not stealing for your attention. I'm not begging, I'm not borrowing, I'm not stealing in order for you to move the needle. I'm not going to do that, which means that if you're not equally yoked in the notion that you're going to move, this is not a room for you. I don't want to lose nobody. I really don't. But if you don't have that inclination, if you don't have that I'm going to get up, that gumption, that motivation, that I'm going to get up and go. You only need to poke the bear 2 or 3 times and I'm finna move, Carla, because I understand what it is that you're putting down. I understand how I've been self-sabotaging. I understand how it is that I've been overthinking. I understand that. And I don't want to do it anymore. And not only I don't want to do it anymore, but I'm going to start applying what it is that's being put down, not just by me, but by the different people in the panel, because we all bring a breadth of experience to the table that right now is that, oh my gosh, that right now God is just putting in your path so that you can make the shift that He's designed for you, make the shift that you need to, so that you can reach your full potential, so that you can walk in the purpose that He had for you, so you can accept the things that you need to accept as being ways of forging you through the fire that you've been through. Oh, Jesus, oh God, oh Jesus, oh my God, baby, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh, oh Jesus, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh, I don't know, y'all, something just hit me.
God. My God, Jesus.
Oh my God, I feel it. Oh my God. Oh.
We thank you. Thank you. We thank you. Thank you, Lord. We thank you.
I don't know.
We thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. The Holy Spirit walked in. It walked in. That's exactly what it is. It's the Holy Spirit. Yeah, it's the Holy Spirit. It walks in and it's letting us know that He's with us.
Yes, Lord.
That's exactly what that is. He's letting us know that He is always with us. And Carla, I have to say something. I didn't know how to say it, but I've been wanting to get with you on helping me with some things. And I am at the end of the month. And at the end of the month, my finances are so scarce that I just try to make it until the 1st. And my Chat GPT, all that stuff got cut off. And I have to wait until I get some funds to get it back on. You know, I got other things that are, you know, a little high, more of a priority. My light bill. I had almost a $500 light bill I had to pay. And my funds are really scarce. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't gotten back with you yet. I said I should have kind of told you what was going on so you'll know that, yeah, it's not that I'm just being, you know, laxed or anything like that. I just, right now, everything it's just off. And I tried to get on my Chat GPT, and it's just like I just hope that that's never happened to me before. So I hope that it doesn't erase all my stuff. It won't. Okay. I'm just hoping that it didn't. And then I was saying, Lord, when I put it back on, I hope my stuff is still there.
You can still use it at the free level. You just will have limitations. Like you could only probably use it a few times for searches, but you can still use it, and you can still access
mine
it.
isn't like that. Mine is like with my computer. I have like a Telekin computer, and all that stuff is off. So the only thing I can get into, is my email and you know. Oh, okay.
Jesus.
Okay. I'm slow
sorry.
sometimes.
No, I was putting up my hand because my kids were moving in the background. They were coming in here with their computers.
Oh, I thought you were telling me don't say all of that.
Oh, no.
Okay. I told y'all. Y'all understand me after a while? I'll be like, what?
Wait, hold on. Let me just be obedient to the room. The hand is up.
I thought that's what you were saying. I think she was like, stop, don't say that.
No.
Thank you.
I mean, no, that's the quiet part out loud, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that. So as soon as everything starts I can get back on track, you know. You know, and it's funny. I'm the kind of person I don't wanna bother anybody. I could have said something to my kids about I needed some money and stuff yesterday, but I just didn't. I was like, you know what? I'm learning just to deal with what I got. I said, whatever I don't have, I'm not worrying about it. I got plenty of food in my refrigerator and my freezer. You know, every bill has been paid, but there's nothing left.
I know.
There's nothing left for the other stuff.
God supplies all your needs. He will not forsake
all my
you.
needs are met. So, so I said to myself, it's only a couple of days. Just deal with it. It'll be okay. Just give yourself a couple of days and things will straighten out. I think I can get things straightened out.
Well, things will straighten out for me in June. I have a forecast that in June my finances are gonna be my friend. Right now, it's just not my friend right now. But guess what? From here to June, I don't have a need. All my needs will be met. There's just certain things that I have to be careful with. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, she just came around the corner. You know what I did? I stuck my hand up to the phone.
Yeah. I closed my eyes.
My hand up to the phone like it was going to do something.
Oh my God! So can I just tell you, my heart exploded with joy to see the Spirit fall on you. That is not
Oh
me.
my goodness.
That brought me so much joy.
Wow.
And I don't like to press. I told you my shirt says I'm on whatever God is on, right? But I also have to respect wherever people's spiritual beliefs are and stuff like that. But I'm never gonna not brag about who God is and what Jesus means to me. And for you to have such a public display and allow your body and your vessel to be used, and you just outwardly, they say,
that
praise
so
him out loud. Praise him out loud. You don't just, regardless if people felt comfortable, believed you or not, or didn't understand it, but if they couldn't have witnessed that the glory of God fell on you, I don't know what they're doing. But I thank you. Because I'm like, use her, Lord. Use her. You know what I mean? So I just thank you for not pausing the live, not muting it, not suppressing it, because I suppress it so much. And with that pillow, I'm going to run out and get a pillow. As a matter of fact, I'm by myself. I may have to run around and start screaming, and they're going to think something went wrong. But there's a weight in my belly that just needs to be released. And it's just that, just call out to him. So I thank you for allowing us to witness that, because that wasn't only for you,
Yeah.
I thank you. And I was here like, Jesus, let it. I was here. So I just wanted to tell you that I thank you for not concealing it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, I won't say a lot, but some people don't understand. When it happens to me around my family sometimes, and it happens to me, my sister said to me one time, I wish you could control that. I wish you could stop that and control it. It's uncontrollable. God wants others to see that he is in the presence, and he lets them know what's going on in your life. So, that was beautiful. Baby, that was beautiful. I tell you, it's almost like BB said she wanted to run around. How did you say it, BB? You would run around the pews about 5 times.
I wanted to run around the sanctuary, and I wanted to get up, and I wanted to give him a little shout, and I wanted to give him a shout. Okay? Okay? I wanted to give him a little Holy Spirit shout, okay? Okay? I wanted to get up and run. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Don't suppress it. Don't care. You know what? I've been doing that. It's been happening to me ever since I've been a young girl. And it's happened to me. And sometimes I think that's the only thing that I have or some of the things that I have that gives me saving grace. I always said it was because of my faith. That's the only way I just didn't either lose my mind or go ahead and, do something crazy to myself. So that's the thing that saved me. And I used to worry about, and afterwards I would say to myself, oh my God, I wonder what people think about me. They must look at me like I'm a nut, But now in my old age, I don't give a shiver giver what nobody thinks about it. If it happens at the park or it happens wherever it happens at, let it flow, let it flow, let it flow. So now my family really knows me and people know me and they're just like, yep, that's her. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So Carla, I tell you, that just did my heart so good, because God is just working with you, girl. He working with you. And when he's working with you, he's throwing it back at us. And I thank you. I thank you for coming into my life. I thank you for just the information and everything. You know, I was gonna say to you, Sunday, I kind of left you with one of my sisters, and she's that kind of person. She'll grab your hand and you can't get away from her. She's just that kind of a person. And I was like, Lord, I hope Carla didn't think that I just left her, but I had to get out of there. But that's just the way she is. She is the most loving person. And she'll grab your hand and we have things after church. And if she locks on to you, she locks on to you. And she fell in love with you. She fell in love with you Sunday. She just would not let you go.
She did not. And it was a wonderful thing. I mean, we were speaking through eye language. I don't know how long you've been knowing her.
Years. So she's if what you saw Sunday that's just her. That's just the way she is.
Yeah, whatever part of the pew she used to sit in, I know wherever I'm going to be, that's where she's coming. I know that. I feel that for sure. But yeah, she's definitely.
And even one of my other sisters who just kind of passed on by and went up the stairs, she was like, "Uh-oh, she's got her." Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
It was sweet though.
She's sweet. That's
Here I was thinking I'm gonna walk her to her car out of respect, and she's walking my car.
She's walking you, and you see she has problems with her legs, and she's always like hurting and stuff, but you'd never know it because that's just the way she is. It's just the way she is.
Oh shoot. Okay, yeah, I got rid of it. There was a call coming in. She spoke to me some things, and I'm a ride with it, and and go from there. But yes, I appreciate that. I mean, it's very rare. It's very, very rare. As a matter of fact, I'd probably have to say, if I were being 100% completely honest, it's probably the first time ever that I felt that jolt. That I felt that.
My God.
Wow.
And it's contagious, because let me tell you something. The first time that the spirit landed on me, I was fighting. I was airboxing. I was like, "You're not touching me." And I didn't understand it. I didn't want to get thrown on the floor. I didn't want to have what the people are saying. Is she faking it? Is she funking it? I didn't know because I see people they just act up. But that's not for me to judge. But let me tell you something. The day it happened to me, the man just looked at me and I just fell straight out, right? And ever since then, it doesn't matter what your praise looks like. But what I do know is that the spirit can transcend from one life. Just because we're remote, just because we are on this live, it doesn't mean that the spirit didn't hit me, didn't hit Kay. It hit everyone who was in the spirit, right? Exactly. So when you were going through it, I was like, now I'm going to have to mess up my mascara. Because it was coming on me, And then even Jador saw me, and I'm sitting here going, "Thank you, Jesus." She was like, "What's going on? You trying to get our attention?" But I'm praising him, So it could go from you, and it goes to the people connected to you. And that's where you're interlocking. You're locked in, and you got to be careful. This doesn't apply to this room, but you got to be careful who you attach yourself to. Because not every spirit is a good spirit. And to me, just seeing it here, not that if I thought that there was something funky in this monkey, I wouldn't be in here. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be in here. I wouldn't even play with it. I'd be like, "Sorry, you're cute. But I gotta go." And so I'm just so thankful that I was able, because again, this morning, what you shared with us, it just jolted me, and then what I was able to witness, it just flowed into my. Yeah, I just want to tell you, it went through me as well, and it doesn't mean that you have to be sitting in a sanctuary or sitting in in front of a pastor, a preacher, a speaker, whatever you call it. The Spirit is alive and He is here, and when you're in the right set, it will hit you, and you have no control of it because it will take off that lace front wig in a heartbeat if you just, you know what I mean. There's nothing you can do to control it, you know. So,
Hello? I've seen
you on the water?
people's,
What you said,
slips.
Dee?
I said, I've seen people's wig fall on the floor. I've seen their slip fall off, and they could care less. When God takes a hold of you, He takes a hold of you. And that's just the way it is. I used to be embarrassed when it used to happen to me. I would be so embarrassed afterwards. And I'd be like, oh my God, everybody saw me and everybody looked at me. And one of my girlfriends said to me, that is the most beautiful thing that could ever happen to you. Don't you ever be embarrassed. That is what God has given you. He's given you His light. He's given you His Spirit. That's His Spirit. And He lets you know that He's right there with you. So like I said, that's the only thing that has kept me going for almost 70 years. That's it. Everything has not been that great. And that's the only thing that has helped me going, kept me going. Yeah. I love it. Oh, I wanted to say this too. And my pastor always says that it goes from place to place. The Spirit, that Spirit, that Holy Spirit will go from place to place to place. And if you ever be in Carla, when you were there on Sunday, it was very, very, very scarce. There wasn't a lot of people there on Sunday at all. And when it is packed and that Spirit hits and everybody is on one accord, it's almost like you went almost up to heaven and then you came back down. It's such a wonderful, wonderful thing to go through. I tell you. Oh, BB, I think you know what I'm talking about. When everybody is on one accord and all the saints are on one accord, it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I look for it often. It doesn't happen often, but when it happens, it's a wonderful thing.
Well, Carla landed in the parking lot of the church because she she took us to the church today. And again, all glory goes to God. We're not here praising Carla. We're just acknowledging that she allowed herself to be the vessel that God used today. And all glory goes to God, right? It's not one. Anytime you open your mouth and you allow God to use you, don't take credit for it. You're not that smart, you're not that cute. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be mean, but when the Spirit speaks through you, you always give the glory to Him, because there's things that people say that are fleshed, and then there's of the Spirit. And I just thank God for the Spirit showing up. He's here not for nothing. He's here, and he was invited, and he came in, and he took over the live. He was co-hosting. He was like, let me get in here. Let me show you. I love it.
I feel that. And he speaks to us all. The question is whether or not we're listening, whether or not we have that attentive ear, whether or not we're going to be obedient to that. And those things, listening and obeying, is what gets us to where it is that we need to be. And yeah, I touch and agree with you on that, with y'all on that, in that it was definitely here today. I felt it, especially in that moment. And I've never done that before. And BB's absolutely right. Nobody's on a soapbox saying me. I'm just simply, like she said, the vessel with which it comes through. And I know in my life, I've not been obedient. And you guys heard me say that in the last few days. I've not always been obedient to what it is that comes to me, because sometimes it freaks people out. It really does. The things that come to me, BB, about a week ago, it was maybe a week and a half ago, I was saying something, and she came back and she said, well, what you just said could be said for any one of us on the panel. It could be, but it wasn't meant for everybody on the panel. And who needed it got it. Do y'all remember what I'm talking about? It was BB and her son. It was what was going on with BB and her son. That's what was for that day. But I don't, and I find this out after the fact. I don't see faces and see names of who this is happening to. I don't. But the same thing that's happening with me, y'all see it too. But I think what happens is that you see it, but you don't see it. You feel it, but you don't feel it. You believe it, but you don't believe it. You know it needs to be done, but you don't do it. Does that make sense?
A lot of sense.
Okay.
It makes a lot of sense. It makes sense because it's like you know what you need to be doing and you know what's the right thing. But I remember a sermon that we had. I forgot where it is. I'll have to look at it in my Bible. It says, even though I want to do the right things, evil is always lurking. It's always on one side and it's always on the other side. So it's always there. So you have to be aware of it. And when you feel evil coming in, you have to rebuke it and let the devil know. I'm not having that today. So go on back. You ever be in a good mood or you're doing something really good and all of a sudden something says, well, you remember when she did this to you, or when they talked about you, or when they said this about you. But that's the enemy. That's the enemy coming in because he wants to put division. And and God wants you to forgive, and he wants you to love, and he wants you to do these things. But he wants you to be aware of things also. He wants you to be cautious of things also. So, I land my plane, on that. But yeah, evil is always around you, so you have to be aware. When things happen, always know that the enemy is coming to get you because the enemy don't want. The enemy he knows who he already has. So he's gonna come and get you because he's trying to get you. He wants you. He wants your soul. That might be kind of deep to some people, but that's exactly what it is. He wants your soul. So you can't give it to him. I land my plane.
I put this thing on paper. I call it Jedi mind tricks. Okay, I call it Jedi mind tricks. When the thoughts start coming in, we call it thoughts. Whatever is more soluble, thoughts, the devil coming in, so forth and so on. And we have those secondary. Yes, sir. Okay, where is it at? When we have those second and third, tier thoughts that come in and make us start second guessing and overthinking, be it the devil, be it the Jedi mind tricks, be it, whatever it is. My kids are, they're too funny. I'm going to find a different way to sit in here. They come in here and they're crawling on the floor now because they know that they can't be seen on the camera. They are too funny. But I call it Jedi mind tricks. And the thing that just comes to mind right now is just listen to your voice sometimes. Y'all don't have those knee-jerk reactions, that little split-second thought that says maybe I should or shouldn't do something different than what I'm thinking, different than what I'm doing. Y'all don't have that. So be it Jedi mind tricks, be it the good Lord and the universe coming in and trying to direct your path, it's the choice to be obedient or not. The choice is yours. But I guarantee you, just through my own experiences, even in just the last 77 days of live, I find that when I speak out my mouth the things that are coming into my mind and I get on my soapbox, that is nothing but the good Lord leading my tongue to speak to the ear that needs to hear. That is all it is. And you guys have the same thing. Is so whether or not are you going to throw a cloud over it? You're going to throw a blanket over it and hide it? Hold on 1 second. You're going to throw a blanket over it and hide it? Thank you. Or are you going to let the sunshine come through? Okay, that's the question. You're going to throw a blanket over it, overcast? or are you gonna let the sunshine come through? I would challenge you to do this for the next 30 days. I say 30 days because we've already learned that it takes about 30 days, 26 point some odd days, to change a habit. For the next 30 days, get a doggone notebook solely for this. If you don't have a notebook, doggone, use some sheets of paper, borrow some from somebody, get envelopes. Basically, what I'm saying is every excuse that you have, I'm going to counteract it, okay? Because I've done it. I keep envelopes. I got a stack right there, right? And I run out of paper, I'm writing something down on an envelope. This wall right here was painted with the paint that it's been painted with, so I could write on it. Okay, I'm not gonna have no excuse. My mirror, my window over there that fell down yesterday, I take these markers right here, and I write on it. Okay, I write on it. So nothing that I ever tell you will be something that I haven't done. Okay, I haven't done. I pride myself on eliminating your excuses. Okay, or even my own excuses. So here's what I want you guys to do. Somebody really needs to do this. Get your notebook and designate it only for tracking those things that come to mind that you have that. Hey, Main J, look, Navy's in the house. Put your life preservers on, because they might try to come in and drown us out. Yeah, they might try to come in and drown us out. Y'all know Main J is a live host too, and he's one of my brothers in arms. Although he didn't come into the better half. He went into that other half. And Jared's in the room. Thank you. Hey,
Yes,
friend.
I think he's the one that I told you that I loved watching him. And he told me to wait afterwards when I couldn't stay on the live, that he was going to tell me some things, but I couldn't wait. So I got to get back on his live to hear what he's got to say.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Well, and I'm gonna tell you that the spirit was on him last night too. I'm normally not up after 8 o'clock, but last night I couldn't breathe, regardless of the reason or the season. That's where I was. So I came across his page, and I came across Digital Divas page, where I also seen Kay out there in the TikTok streets late last
I missed it.
Yeah, and then they tried to gang up on me, Kay and doggone Digital Diva or Essence, talking about, she ain't usually up this late. What you doing up late? I was like, y'all know me too well. Hold on one second. Adores Journal. I'm glad that you just put that post up. Hold on one second, because you said something earlier that I meant to mention to the group. Hold on one second, y'all. Main J, hold on for just a second if you can, friend. Okay, hold on just a second if you can. I got something for you. Hold on one second. Oh my goodness, let me go back. J Adores Journal. Nope, it wasn't about the journal. It was not. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I wanted to check in on a new page so that I don't miss you all. That wasn't it either. Oh my goodness. J Adore, please. Okay, nope. Give me some. The chat has been chatting, y'all, this morning, because it's taken me a second or two to find this. I should have pinned it, is what I should have did.
I'm seeing where she said that she was glad she was led along in with all of us.
Okay.
You can pin when you have a panel. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I might not be able to. Okay, I just need to be a little bit more obedient. I think that's why I brought my thing out. I was trying to write it down, and I was like, let me come back to that. But I think you're right. I think that's what it was where she was saying that she was happy that she came into the room, recognizing the spirit was in the room today and not to be ashamed of it, and different things like that is what was being said. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and let's ride. Like MJ says,
Yeah.
says, let's ride.
Yeah. I love
Yes.
that when he says that.
He's rubbing off on me, y'all. I'm sitting up here using his words. Let's ride. Yeah. The spirit was on him last night too, because he took this doggone the thing that holds your phone, the long stick sometimes that holds your phone. He took it and used it as an example of bearing the cross, when he was telling the story of a cross that that the good Lord carried, and that how we carry crosses too. That's what he was talking about last night, and I thought that was just so doggone profound. Hold on, let me get caught up. I thought it was profound. I think it had a little carry over into today. Doggone, y'all, I can't even keep up with the comments. Can y'all pin as moderators? Can you pin the comments?
Not while we're on the panel.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't pin on the panel.
Okay, so I'm learning as we go. Yeah, he had a tripod last night using it.
It's
as
almost 8:30. I know you said 8:30.
Did I say 8:30? No,
9:30. Okay.
9:30, because my appointment's at 10. Absolutely. Okay. Main J, you want to go ahead and say a word or two. Say a word. Don't be like a keyboard warrior over there. Come over here and say a word to the panel today. Can you embrace us with your presence and do that? And kind of give them a recap of what it was that you were talking about last night in terms of bearing the cross, and the correlation that you were making between the birth that we as women go through when we're birthing. Can you come and talk about that for a quick second? You're here for a reason. That's what you're here to talk about. Can you come and just do a recap of what you said? Oh, you're behind your desk. Okay.
Can I just go back, because I will be remiss if I don't just reiterate what Tracy said. She put in the comment that when she journals, it's hurtful or something along those lines. It's like it's painful. She said something like that. So because you were encouraging us to use a journal and to document the next 30 days, right? But Tracy had commented that it's painful. But I'm a journaler, not consistent, but when it's needed. And yes, it hurts, but there's a release in releasing the truth. Sometimes you can't even verbalize that feeling to a human being without them inputting their own experience. So sometimes journaling could be your best healing, and then you release it. And then if you have to talk to someone like a Carla or someone that you could confide in, but allow that to get out of your spirit, because that's a stronghold that the devil doesn't want you to journal. He doesn't want you to release it, because if you release it, that means he's going to release a hold on you, So I just wanted to just mention to her that it's painful when I journal. I cry all the time. Mine is all wet and stuff, but it's okay, because God collects every tear that you drop. Okay? He collects it and he bottles it up, because it's not done in vain. So that's it for me. That's all.
That's all.
Well, I've got a little something to add to that. Tracy.
Well, losing my son is the hardest part. I have journaled. I'm going to grief counseling. And he wants you to write it down. Stop going to grief counseling, because it hurts more to talk about it. When I journal, it hurts more. I talk to God, and I'm feeling my knees. I don't have to write it down to remember it. And it's awful. Awful feeling. To write things down and then have to go back and look at it. So, I'm not just writing this down. It's just it is a harsh reminder. And I don't need that. I don't need it. I asked him to. I'm really happy with that. I know everybody does things differently, but that doesn't work for me. And I look at these journals and nope, So I won't do it. It hurts too much. The hurt is there, and it's never gonna go away. So why do I need a reminder of it? And that's how I feel about it. I don't need a reminder. You know, it's already here in my heart and in my mind. So I don't need to write it down. It's already there. I don't need a reminder. It's there and printed the rest of my life. So no, everything is not there. It's embedded in me. It's embedded in my heart, my soul. So no, I don't need a reminder to write it down. Absolutely not.
Okay, let me say something. Let me reframe this, okay? It's important that we learn how to reframe things in general, but let me be a little bit more specific. What I was saying about this journal, it came on about said piece of paper, about said whatever set of envelopes that you write down on. I said it on the heels of talking about being obedient, not reliving, not addressing any type of trauma or any type of anything, but obedience. So let me reframe. I simply am encouraging us to take something. This is $1.25. Take pieces of paper from work if you need to. Ask your neighbor. Write something on a newspaper if you have to. But for the next 30 days, simply acknowledging where it is that you have decisions and choices to make and you go a different direction. Simply noting when you're making choices and decisions, the direction that you go, the direction that you go. I want you to come back at 30 days and tick mark those times that you went left, but the good Lord was telling you to go right. Does this make sense? Somebody may need to intercede here. Let me try this again because I feel like it might not be making sense. When I was saying, when we were talking about obedience and the moments in time that we can reflect upon, the choice to go left, the choice to repeat, the choice to do things again, when the good Lord was telling us to go right, when he was sending, oh, May J, Jesus, you should have been on this panel today. Ooh, May J, ooh, hold on. I say this because I know that the difference in the manner that we speak, I'm more emotional. I'm more emotional than he is, okay, when he's on his live. He speaks it from a position of his power, and it's different from mine. I'm emotional, okay? So that's why I'm receiving things and I'm putting it out different. Be it the fact that I'm a woman, be it the fact of my experiences, I chalk it up. But that's why I'm saying to him, I wish that he was able to come up here. But when I was saying, when we know when that voice has come to us, we know when the people have spoken to us things that we know we should have done different. I'm only saying, put that down. Put where, oh yeah, I decided to go this way. And in 30 days from now, reflect back on those moments of what was your first thought? What was your first thought? Because that's the direction you should have went. What was your first thought? That was the thing you should have done. And just to pinpoint on the wall where there were those differences. Okay? Does that make sense? Does anybody have any question about that and the difference between what I may have said and what I was trying to get at? Does that make sense?
Well, it makes sense.
Okay.
It definitely makes the whole about the thoughts. So now that you you've broken down. And it absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that part maybe I could handle, but as far as my thoughts in a journal, absolutely not. But what you're saying, yes, it does. It absolutely. I don't want to throw anybody off, with that. I misunderstood, and I apologize. Yeah, but yeah, now that you said what you said, absolutely, it makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
It's more leading toward the goals instead of the heart and everything you've gone through and right down the journey. So absolutely, yes, absolutely, I get it.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys for giving me the grace to try to re-explain that and get it out there. So now I think we're locked. I think we're locked in. Okay. Just because I want you to just see like I have. I want you to see like I have that you have the power and that the Spirit is speaking to you too, just as He is speaking to me. Okay, but sometimes what happens is we allow life to life and we don't listen to it. But now that you know that and you can and will listen a little bit more, you'll be more aware. I can almost guarantee that if you do the things that is being spoken to you, if you do the things, you are going to be victorious by this year's end with achieving the things that you want to, that you need to. Okay, you're going to make significantly more strides than you have before. And let me tap into what Kate said real quick. Let me tap in. Kate said to Tracy, we noticed the shift in you when you started talking about those cats. That was a piece of Tracy that was coming back. Okay? It's a piece of Tracy that's coming back. Tracy, it's coming back. It's everything's gonna be okay. It's just time. But you've taken a huge step in allowing those cats to come into your life and for you to start caring for, I want to say something again. Do you understand? You understand what I'm saying? Because you're a smart woman, right?
I am so overwhelmed. Then when I took them to the vet, they were gloating over them because they're polydactyl on top of it. I don't know if you know what I mean, but they have a lot of toes than an average cat. I'm talking about a lot of toes. It's creepy, but but I mean the vet was carrying them around. I took them for their first vaccines. And oh my God, the vets were carrying them around, showing up their toes. Showing people their toes. Like, oh my God, I've never seen this before. So it was good. I had a good day. And it was another point I wanted to make with you. I mean, being on a panel alone with all the great inspiration and energy that you give, that helps too. I still didn't open up, but absolutely, I'm glad I made this decision about the kitchen. They're only 2 months old. And I mean, with me having my son gone and everything like that, oh my God, they're a handful. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It did change, And they say the purrs and everything is a healing mechanism for humans. So yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you guys recognize that. And I'm so grateful for you all. I just can't say it enough. And I hadn't thought, but I thought it, but you keep talking about the kittens. And I don't want to talk to the panel about kittens. But, I am gloating over them. I absolutely am. And I'm happy I made this decision. It's also yeah. I'm overwhelmed.
It's okay. We're here for it. Major, if you can hold on just 1 second. One of my moderators has been trying to say something, and I don't want her to be coming and trying to snipe me later. Go ahead, Kay.
Okay, first of all, bear with me because I am bawling. Tracy, I love you, hon. I need you to hear me on this. And I'm going to try to, because I come across harsh sometimes, I'm going to try not to do that. What I hear you saying about journaling and stuff, I understand that you don't want to let that pain in. You have to. You have to let it in to get it out. Let me finish, please. I have learned the hard way. If you do not, you have to walk through that pain in order to heal from the trauma. It's never going to go away. Never. But it will become more bearable if you do the work. I promise you, it will become more bearable. It may take 10 years. It may take, for me, it took 50. It took 50 years for me to get to a point where I could move forward. And I am now 57. You have to allow God in to let you heal, and you have to do the work. And now I'm landing my plane. Thank you for allowing me to speak.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I feel the way I feel, and I'm sorry. I can't. I won't. I promise you I won't. I can't. It's too painful. So no, I won't. And I'm not trying to go against you in a way, but it's just how I feel.
I like
Healing, in that degree of healing, there's also that letting go. And
Tracy,
let go. You know what I mean?
You can't let go of something that won't go away. You can't let go of something that won't go away. I don't know if you get it. You can't let go of something that never goes away.
Pause. I want y'all to know something. I want Tracy to hear me, and I want y'all to know something about Tracy that Tracy doesn't not yet know about herself. Tracy is going to do the work. She is. Everything that we're saying is positive and it's very constructive, but I need you to read the room on this. Okay, I need you to trust me in the moment of my cutting that part of the conversation off. I want you to trust me when I say this to you, and I say this to you, Tracy. Tracy is going to do the work. She is. She is going to, in her time, she's going to do it. But we know how raw this is. We know what needs to be done, but you got to hear the resistance to it right now. You got to hear the resistance and know that it is right now. I love Tracy. I really do love you, Tracy. I do. And that's why I reach out to you. That's why I pull you back in when I see you going away. When you get upset and you get into situations where words and things are exchanged, and I know that could be it could stoke a fire in you, and this, that, and the other. I got you, sis. Ooh, Tracy, I got you. Panel, please believe we got her, but give her that space. She's gonna do it. I know she is. She will, but just give her that space. Main J, take the center stage, please.
ladies, Tracy, this is your journal. This panel is your journey, your journal. You have every right to feel the way that you feel. Remember this, Mary felt a certain way too when she lost her son, Jesus. That was her only son. And think about this, no matter you bearing your cross throughout all of these years and whatever you've gone through and throughout life, that cross became heavy. but God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. And so God is giving you strength through this panel, through the ladies that on this panel. I'm trying my best to hold back my tears and my emotions because, Carla, I'm emotional too. Because I know the God that we serve, he's a father, he's a daddy. And sometimes we need daddy to hold us when we don't understand life. And so Jesus Christ himself walked the Via Dolorosa, needing help from a good Samaritan to come along and help him carry the cross. But he got to a place called Calvary where Jesus himself had even felt like God had forsaken him because of the pain of bearing the nails and being pierced in his side and suffocating, and his lungs having been pierced and suffocating off of his own blood. He felt like God himself, our Father, had left him. So he said, Eli, Eli, Father, why have I forsaken? He said he had to come to a point of realizing that God was still there while he was silent. He said, Father, why have you forsaken me? But he had to get to a place and say, God, nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. And so sometimes our greatest strength comes through our surrendering over to him. And so although it's painful, God has birthed you all with something. And not just women, but God births this, God impregnates us with something to a place and point where we have to realize that there's a term that we have to give birth to, whatever that thing is. But throughout that term, there's pain, there's discomfort. And Tracy, ladies, everybody listen, you would not birth whatever it is that God has for you without pain. Whatever that thing is, it has to come to its full fruition, full term, in order for you to realize that even though that pain was hard, even though that pain from that first trimester is not that much pain. Second trimester, your body is changing. The third trimester, you're getting frustrated and irritated because you've been impregnated for so long, and now you're getting ready to go through these inconsistent labor pains. But God says, okay, it's still not time yet. You got to go through consistent labor pains. You got to go through these consistent contractions, and then you get in position to go through the most excruciating pain in your life through this labor. But when God birthed that thing, whatever it is laying on your bosom. You're not thinking about the first trimester. You're not thinking about the second trimester. You're not thinking about that third. You're not even thinking about the labor pains you were just in because of what God has birthed and put on your bosom. So we got to trust him in the process and understand that, yeah, it's hard. It's unbelievably hard sometimes. But we got to trust the process and know that the pain would not be greater than the birth of whatever God is trying to birth through you. So Tracy, I hear you. I feel you. But remember Mary, she lost her only son. That was not just God's only begotten son, but it was hers too. And so we have to come to understand that God knows all things. He's all sovereign above all things. And we have to put our faith and our trust in him, even where we can't trace him. We don't feel God in all of our places in life sometimes, but we got to know that his sovereignty is there. And we got to trust him. So even though you don't see it, you don't feel it, he's there. He feels your pain. He's Abba Father. So trust him with your son as you trust him, as you should trust him with you. And you have a group of ladies right here that has your back. This panel is your journal. So continue to trust the process and what you may not understand right now, God is holding you in his bosom through this panel. You may feel alone. You may feel loneliness. You may feel like nobody's there for you and God is not there. But he's right there. Just like you had been there for your son at many times.
No, I don't feel that. I know God is with me. So you didn't get that now. But I feel God is with me. Absolutely. That's not the problem. God is with me every day, and I pray every day. So no, that is not the problem. God is with me, absolutely. But the pain of losing my son is absolute. It's not something that would never go away.
Absolutely
I
understand.
understand points that you made, but you made a wrong move on that one, son. I love God. I pray every day. Absolutely. I thank him for everything. Believe that.
I
Okay?
have no doubt. I have no
And
doubt.
so, no, that burden is not mine. I have God in my heart. I love him with all my heart. I pray every day. So, no, that's not the problem. I don't fear that God is not with me. Absolutely not. He's here with me every day. He's the only thing that's making me still be here on this earth.
Yes, ma'am.
He's the only reason that I'm still here.
Absolutely.
But I am
Yes, ma'am.
sad. I am sad because I lost my only son. Yeah, that's my pain. That's the only pain I have. I still believe in God. Yes, I was mad at God for a long time because of it. But now I'm back. And I know He understands. But I'm not mad at God anymore. Not any longer. Not one moment. God is with me.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I believe that. He saved me from a lot of things. Trust and believe that. I have stories. I could tell He saved me. And I should not be known. So no, absolutely. But I understand what you're saying, and I do appreciate it. You had a lot of great words, but when you said, yeah, I believe God is with me every day. That's where I draw the line.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, no, I believe in Him. He's here with me every day, every moment, every second. Absolutely. That is my belief.
You have made a tremendous transition. And can I say this? I heard you when you said that you were upset with God and things like that. I want you to remember also Saul. Saul had his name changed to Paul because Saul was hell bent against God. And I'm not saying that you were hell bent against God, anything like that, but the transition that Saul made to Paul, I believe there's a transition that you have made, and that confirms that God has always been with you without a doubt. And I appreciate you speaking up in that regard, because where he's taking you is a place of uncharted waters. And so be ready, because as you know, he's been with you. He will continue to be with you. But I believe there's a stage, there's a purpose in which, in everything that you've gone through, you're being called to a place where you have no idea where he's taking you. But he will continue to be with you. So continue to trust him. I appreciate you. My prayers and my covering for you will continue to go as long as I know how to do that. Because I have such a great passion for young men. I served in church for years, and I created a group called the Young Lions, where I mentored and guided young men because I was a kid from the projects that did not have a father figure, and I knew what it felt like to go throughout life without having that male presence. So I did everything that I could through obedience to be there for the young men and even older men that needed to have that fatherly figure, that needed to have that male pack, that male embrace. And so I have great compassion for you because your son, I believe, touched your heart. But I also know that God has a greater purpose for everything that you've gone through. So continue to trust him and know that he has you in all things.
I will, and thank you. Thank you for those encouraging words. I do trust God, and thank you for the encouraging words.
Yes, ma'am.
Like my only thing in life is that I miss my son. That's it. It's no other beat that I have. I can't reiterate that enough. That's the only beat I have. That's the only thing that I have. That's it. There's no other answer.
I want to say one last thing, ladies. I don't stop often in panels at all. But this panel, I stop in, you all see me pop in every now and then. But this panel is a blessing. I don't think you all understand the weight of this panel that you all are in with Carla. We need more panels like this. This is one of the reasons why TikTok was created, to have these moments where we can sit and talk and pour into one another, because every now and then life gets heavy and we become empty. But if we don't have panels and gatherings like this, we will become empty and live life on E. And that's where we're not as effective as we need to be. And so I don't come in panels at all. I don't even come up on panels at all, as a matter of fact. But I was felt led. And I stepped away from my desk because y'all had me moved at my desk. Tears, my eyes began to sweat a little bit. And women, listen, you all don't do this enough. Women are oftentimes ornery and upset with one another. Your emotions, your hormones get in the way sometimes of you being effective in your relationships. But I promise you, this panel right here, you all have no idea. It blesses me. I have a wife. I've been married almost 22 years. I have a daughter. And I've been married so long where I understand the emotions of women oftentimes get in the way of your purpose. I get it. With all due respect, I want you to hear me. Please continue to do what you're doing. And don't let what you're going through get in the way of your purpose, because all of you have a purpose in which you've been called. But trust the process, because you need those hormones, you need those emotions, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to help you create that reality of the situation, to let other people know that, hey, if I can do this, so can you. So Tracy, there's somebody that does not believe in God the way that you do. There's somebody that's angry and upset with God right now because of losing their child. And even though you're still healing, God still uses us in the process of our own healing. So continue to trust Him. And ladies, I appreciate you all accepting me up on this panel. God bless you all. I appreciate you all. So keep doing what you do.
Awesome, friend. Thank you so much. And I know this may be a shameless plug, but he's absolutely right. One, he does not come into panels. I've been watching Main J for quite some time. One, two, he's at work. For him to take the opportunity to step away from the desk, I needed him to come in here, and I am so appreciative of you coming into the room and just kind of balancing it all out. There's so many ways I could talk about, but I know time is of the essence. So, friend, I want to go in here and I'm going to do what I can. Let me see what I can do. And I want to thank you in this way. Hold on one second. I want to thank you in this way. Yep, it's going there. I had to make sure. I want to thank you in this way for you taking time to come in and do something that you don't do. I want to thank you in this way for being obedient. I'm telling you, this could not have been scripted, y'all. It could not have been scripted.
Can I and this is not going to reiterate the conversation towards Tracy at all. This is not towards. This is for Tracy or for anyone here. I just want to make sure that I had to share, because I'm crying over here like it's me. But I just want to say that it's not whoever is stuck in their position. No one is here to say stop feeling pain, or you're in your pain too long, or we need to let it go. You're going to let it go when the right time happens for you. We're just praying that anyone who is feeling the pain and they feel stuck, that they don't remain stuck in that pain. And that's my prayer for everyone right now. If there's a pain that's weighing in your heart and is weighing you down, and although we have relationship with God, sometimes our relationship, it will always be in imbalance. God will love us way more than we love Him, right? Because sometimes we allow the world to take us away from and distract us. So I just wanted to mention that it's not about what her relationship with God looks like. Even if she's expressing being vulnerable with us, she's being honest, and God honors honesty. The honesty in her voice, because she's gonna be a testimony to someone. Because what we see is actually a blossoming happening. So even if it sounds painful, even if it sounds like resistance, even if it sounds like nope, not gonna do it, that doesn't mean she's not. So I thank God today because He allowed a conversation to be held, and this is not about what we think we should be doing, but what we are doing in secret when we are with God. So as long as we're in a relationship with Him and we decide not to get stuck in a place of hurt, but just allow the process to heal us. And maybe that looks different for everybody. But I'm just so thankful that the honest conversations were happening in this room, and God honors honesty. We don't need to put a mask on like everything's okay. I'm so thankful for Tracy right now because she really was raw about it. It may sound harsh to some people, but it was honest, and it's saying, nope, not me. I know who my God is, and I talk to Him, and I don't care if y'all telling me to write it down. I'm not going to do it, because that's honest for her. And in her time, and in your time, we will move the needle in our own journey. So I just wanted to say thank you. I guess we are all speaking from a place of fearing that someone's stuck in the pain. We don't want to see you stuck, but all we can do is lift you in prayer, lift everyone in prayer, and say, God, just take us, deliver us from whatever we're at, and let us grow each and every day. Okay? So I just wanted to say that.
BB, the thing is, I'm saying, you don't know. You can't know this thing unless you actually experience it. You're talking about going from a kid to sickle cell And I explained this. I think the first time I was ever on this panel, and I slept in recliners for 14 years of his life because of his sickle cell. This is a sick kid already, and I had to take care of him. And I expressed that I know he was pissed at me after 14 years. That I said, no, you're old enough to be here by yourself. I'm only like 5, not even 10 minutes away from the hospital. You have a cell phone. He was pissed at me. You're not going to sleep with me anymore. I'm like, no, for 14 years, no. You have to do this on you're good. I'm only minutes away from you. You have a cell phone. My cell phone is on. I'm not going to do this any longer. And I know he was pissed. But it's okay. It's something I had to do. But then he became an adult. I mean, even in his 20s, he would sleep at the foot of my bed, the opposite side of my bed, with me, because he was afraid to be alive alone. You know, and at the end, he was. You know what I'm saying? This hospital took him. He was supposed to be unalived by his disease, which was sickle cell, not to be overdosed. Okay, so I'm angry. Yes, absolutely. I'm still angry, and I'm not gonna let that go. I can't. It's a feeling. It's an emotion of taking care of a child all these years to have someone just snatch it from you. So absolutely, I am pissed. But I'm back with God, and I know He has my back. But it's not gonna take my passivity away. It's not gonna do it. And I believe in Father Almighty and Jesus Christ, but I'm still pissed. And nothing no one can say or do can take that away from me. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, it's there. And it's gonna be there. And I've come to that realization. And it's not gonna change. Yes, it is, and it will repeat. Maybe it will ease up a little bit. And I think I've come a long way. Just to talk about it. You know. So no one could say anything to me unless you have been in this situation. I had to pick out his clothes. When I close my eyes, I still see him in the casket. When I close my eyes, I still see him in the hospital bed with all these things attached to him. He was already gone when I got to him. So no, nothing is going to change that anger. Nothing is going to change it. Okay. I have to take a bathroom break. Who is going to cover down on the panel for me while I do that? And I'm going to bring you up on the main screen while I go do that. Who wants to volunteer and do that for me?
I've been voluntold.
Thank you.
Oh my God, guys. So just to shift and just to take some of the, I guess sometimes we just don't, we come here to escape some of the things that we want to. And again, I thank God for allowing us a space. But boy, am I feeling emotional. I'm feeling the pain as a mother, and I don't know what anyone is going through unless if you go through it, you cannot say. And I'll tell you that one thing I've learned from this live is that there's some of us that are going through discord with our adult children. And just hearing Tracy's story is making me realize that being right is not even worth it. Or holding on to pride and saying, nope, I'm not going to say this and I'm not going to say that. It's not worth it. So I just say thank you because revelation has come to me where I'm going to be like, I'm going to lay down. I'm going to pick up my rug and I'm going to walk away from trying to prove a point. It's not worth it. I don't know if you guys understand what I mean, but sometimes our adult children just act up and I'm just thankful I still have them. But God forbid one of us had to be in a position that we're telling that side of the story. We may not handle it with grace as we think we would. I'll be kicking and screaming and punching people in their face. Let's be real. And no one will. The one thing about me, and I'll share, I've had multiple miscarriages. And so many people would tell me, well, God doesn't give you more than what you can handle. That used to really piss me off. The passivity, whatever the word it was, that would get me going because I'm like, what? What? Like, you don't know what I'm going through. So sometimes you can't speak on what other people are going through. You could just empathize. You could even just say, I'm sorry, sis, that you're going through that, and I could just pray for you. But don't scripture me. Don't throw how much I should pray, how much I don't pray, what I did wrong, am I doing? No, because that pissed me off even more. Because it would just get me going. It would trigger me. It triggers me when someone's trying to tell me what my healing should look like. So I now look back, and what they were trying to do is say, we just want you to get to a different place where you're not so angry or you're not this, because I sound angry, but nobody knew what I felt like when I closed, when the lights were off and I turned off social media and the phone call stopped. I'm sitting and I'm feeling my feelings. So Tracy, I don't know what you're going through, and I thank God that's no, people only know what they know. So all we can do is just say, we just want the best for us, each of us, to heal from the place and move forward and understand that not everybody moves the way we want them to move. Huh?
Absolutely. Absolutely, I totally agree, and I get tired when I had to cremate my son. I'm looking at his ashes right now. He's sitting here with me. So people are like, stupid shit. Like, how are you doing? Like, how the hell do you think
I'm still mad. What I would say, Kay, I'm gonna say, Kay, that's not how you came off. I think each and me, you, Kate, Carla, what we were trying to come across when we were saying, friend journal, let it out. What we wanted is Tracy to not be stuck in that pain. That's what we want to see. But Tracy is like, I don't care what y'all want. This is what I feel. So we weren't trying to tell her don't feel the pain. What we want to see is Tracy not be, like just stuck in pain. But one day, I bet you, at least for me, I'm not gonna talk for Tracy, but I know I went from my miscarriage conundrums and my anger. It got less and less angry, but I still carry the pain. The pain is still there. It's just not as obvious. It's still there, but it's not as apparent as it was once. So Tracy's saying, I wasn't as mad as I was when it happened, but I'm still mad, and I probably will be mad next month, next year, but it probably will get better. But until then, this is my journey, and this is my cross. But we're just
I had also a miscarriage before I had him. Mm-hmm. And he was an absolute blessing after that. So I feel right now what you're feeling because I did.
Guys, halt. The app has notified me that
Did she pause?
Yeah. Oh my God. We said the wrong word, I think. We can't use, I guess, that word.
There's certain words you can't use, and I think the app is trying to tell her that the words are being said or whatever. But she's on a pause right now. I don't know. Yeah. But I think we have to be careful.
And I apologize.
No, you know what? Don't apologize because I was the one yapping. So don't take it on. No, I don't know what was said, but it's okay. Don't apologize. This is not intentional. This is not a deliberate trying to get her in trouble.
I think we used the M word. I think that could have been.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it, but I understand when you say that word, when you as Black Black folks, African Americans, when you say that word, it's differently than if somebody else says it. It's almost like, you know what I'm
You mean
saying?
are we talking about the M word of loss of
Yeah.
life? You mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
No, the
yes.
N word. The N word. It's just a word.
Like the pregnancy or the other word?
Yeah.
The other-
I'm talking about that one. I'm talking about the miss part. I'm not gonna say the
Oh, the
whole.
miss.
Yeah.
No, we
miss.
can't. We can't. We can see you, Carla. We can see you, but we can't hear you. You're on
Well,
pause.
I can't see her. It's totally black, dark to me. I can't see Carla at all.
Well, here's why I called to me. I think
Yeah.
that's the word we shouldn't use. And I think that's why it's getting messed. So we shouldn't use the miss part of that with the
Okay.
part.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So I apologize to Miss Carla. I didn't know we couldn't say that word.
No, I don't think I knew that either, and I'm the one who said it. But either way, it needed to be said. And if Tracy, if you even felt some kind of, you understand me, B? Hey, I had to share it. You know what I mean?
No, I do understand. That's what I'm telling you. I did. It happened to me before I had him. And yeah, and to have him and carry full term. And then I was still under doctor's care. I was on bed rest and everything. He came out 9 pounds.
Okay, sorry, Tracy.
And everything. He came out 9 pounds.
I feel like the air is not on. Hey, can you get charging? Because my charger ain't working. No, you don't. Hey Siri, set me a alarm for 2 p.m.
I turned on your 2 p.m. alarm.
Yeah, because it looks like it's gonna rain. Where's that? I'll put it over here.
What?
Phone. I'll put it over here.
Okay. It's raining. Get out the camera.
Oh, sorry. Here. Oh, sorry.
I'm not looking hot.
Huh?
I was spraying in my face.
But I tell people this, but should you put tomato in it?
There it goes.
Engage with that. So she clicks reply to the plastic sofa, even though the plastic sofa person was talking to me. But listen, y'all, when people comment, they're not just talking to the person to the content creator, they talking to the whole room. Hey, Miss Lady D. So then Harmony clicks on there and she said, yep, we had that plastic. People start sharing their stories. That's what TikTok wants. But here's the thing, y'all. If your content didn't beckon them to say something, the best you gonna get is a heart. If your content does not beckon the viewer to do something, your content does not have call to action. Have y'all ever looked at a piece of content and you be like, okay, so I don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. You just scroll on. Let's go back to engaging on my piece of content about the sofa. Okay, so then Harmony, she goes in there and she says, yep, and the big ashtrays, they all had the big ashtrays. And so then now, do y'all ever go in the comment area and just scroll so you can laugh? I know I do. I be like, sometimes with people content, I be running to the comment area so I can just start cracking up or agreeing and seeing what other people are saying. Harmony say always, get in those conversations, y'all. because you gonna get some new connections when you get in there and you're agreeing with somebody says. So Hermie goes in there. Angel was the one that said it, that said about the plastic, right? And so now Angel gets a notification that Harmony responded. And now if Angel is online and she go and see what Harmony said, now Angel might start talking to Harmony. On some of my posts, there are comments that have like 2,000 replies in there. And every now and then I go in there, I be like, y'all still in that living room to wake up that comment section. Y'all, I'm telling you, it is working. That is how I end up getting invited to participate in the Creative Rewards program, where they're gonna pay me on my videos. Now they want me to make 1-minute videos, and they hard about it, boy. So I gotta learn. So that's why y'all gonna see some videos on my page in the basement, because now TikTok is like, I think TikTok has categories, like they have departments. And I think there's a department of the Creative Rewards people, and they are evaluating my videos. And they say, no, it wasn't high quality, because they say it got to be high quality. They just don't know. I'm about to tell them to take this job and jump it. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. Okay, I'm still going to do my text only, and I'm still going to push them out. Now I'm going to give y'all something that I really will believe, that I really do believe that will help you get more people into your live room. So this is for live hosts and those of you, no, let's start right here. For people who want to get more followers, you have 100 followers, you have 200 followers, and you want to be able to go live, but TikTok haven't offered it to you yet. It might be because you don't have any content. It might be because you don't have any videos over there. Okay, so you want to start posting videos. You want to start posting videos. And some of y'all be like, well, I got videos over there. Yeah, but they from 2024. They dusty. And you got it all pent up there, and you proud because you got 40,000 views on it. That was all that was there to see. When people click it to see it, they gonna see that was from 2022. Fresh content, fresh content, fresh content. And then for those of you who are going TikTok live, this is just a suggestion. Just try it. Consistency equals progress. Post something before you go TikTok live. Post something before you go TikTok live. And post, y'all got to come back tomorrow, because I'm so passionate about this, and I always save this part to last, and then I don't get to say everything that I want to say. Then I tell you I'm going to come back live later on, and it be a lie, be a lie. I have good intentions, but I can only go live in the morning, for real, for real. But I want y'all to post with intention and give every post a call to action. Know what you want the viewer to do, say, or feel, and tell them. Ask them to follow you. Say follow and like this video. Now I'm going to tell you how to plant them flowers. Your flowers wilting and you want to throw them away, don't do it. Like and save this video. I'm going to share with you how to do plant CPR. Now you done gave them the call to action right away. You told them to like and save this video right away. Okay? Your videos need to have call to actions. If you know how to do text on screen, you should do that too. Do everything you can to increase that watch time. And I don't mean make your video two hours long. Okay? If you can make your video 15 seconds long, if you can make it 30 seconds long, make sure you have call to actions in there all through it. But give them a reason to want to finish watching that video. And if you can get them to push buttons, they used to say, Good morning, Carolyn. They used to say, don't touch the buttons until the video is over. You can touch the buttons before the video is over. Now, it will affect the watch time, but you get more points for the rewatch than you get for the watch. You get the video will get 4 points for the watch, but it get 5 points for the rewatch. And while they now they're watching it, and you know you're gonna ask them to make a comment. So while they're doing all things, the rewatch is gonna take place. Call to action. I was watching some videos yesterday, and they were, whoa, 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 whoa. That's my outside nature sound. Whoa, whoa. Babbling Brook and stuff. They were beautiful, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do, except say, that's nice. So I go in and I say, that's nice. And then I look at all the comments, and all the comments are saying the same thing. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's nice. And that content creator did not respond to not nan one of them comments. So what do you
Sometimes you can work it out.
When you know how y'all do on Sunday, sometimes you can. Outfit. I don't have nothing against Sunday outfit, y'all, because I like a Sunday outfit too, just so y'all know. But that's not my niche. Okay? That's not what TikTok is sharing for me. So y'all make the videos, and I'm like, what am I supposed to say? You make, I like to eat. I like food, okay? So you make the video, you at the restaurant. Miss Lady D said, I'm the title gift of them roses. You make the video of you at the restaurant and everything and all of that. What am I supposed to do? Ask you for a plate? So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, ooh, that look good. Speaking of that, it's a new restaurant here. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. A new restaurant here. I saw, there's a new restaurant in my city, and it's advertised on TikTok. TikTok is expanding. I just wish it would expand my bandwidth. I ain't glitching. Okay, so where was I? This Lady D. Oh my God, which one was that? Hey Adam, how was your life this morning? I passed by you. Hey Adam, you know what I think I did? Because I'm gonna take a nap today. I drank that clove water last night before I went to bed, and I woke up at 2:00, couldn't go back to sleep. I think that's a daytime drink. Hey, welcome in. Sandy, I see you sharing out the live. TikTok say, Coach, you're not going to leave yet. You made some okra water. Oh, okay. Oh, you made the okra water in a pitcher. Oh, okay. Look at that. Adam, you are making an impact. That's why you got to keep on going live, my friend. If you want to know about okra water, clove water, all them different waters, that's the water man. He know how to do some tech.